Take off, big rocket, blast off, jetpack. Come on and get some. Come on and get some. Come on and get some. Watch me.
Welcome Enduro fans from around the world to Sibiu, Romania, the rugged heart of extreme Enduro. You're watching Leatt LIVEmaniacs, where we are bringing you the 22nd edition of Red Bull Romaniacs, the most extreme rally in the world. And this year, what is the theme? It's Game Changer. New technologies, new classes, and new challenges that the Carpathian mountains can offer, where riders will tackle the most toughest terrain yet to face. Today we're going to show you some of the action of the riders who will be making their way from the riders' paddock on the outskirts of the city, riding on the streets of Sibiu through to the city historic center, where they can display their bikes and their flags from the nations that they represent when they're making their way down to the prologue. This year, we have a record 63 different countries representing themselves at the event. And leading from the front is Martin Freinademetz. Martin is the founder of the event, which started way back in 2004. So this year's theme is Game Changer. And so what makes 2025 different marks the 22nd edition themed Game Changer for a reason. Because for the first time ever, adventure bikes and electric motorcycles are officially in the game. This is more than an evolution, it's a revolution. And founder Martin Freinademetz just keeps on pushing those limits, and each year seems to find a way to get the event to progress even further. We have Diana, who is down at the City Prologue with Chris Birch. So let's go across to them and hear a bit about the event from Chris Birch.
Thank you, Craig, very much. And hi, Chris. We are super happy to have you back here at Romaniacs at this legendary race, especially because you have a nice history here at Romaniacs. And it's amazing to have a hard enduro living legend like you here. So let's start right from the beginning. Take us back to your first experience at Red Bull Romaniacs. Do you remember it?
Oh, of course I remember it. Yeah, it's really good to be back here. Feels like a second home in Sibiu, and it's cool to be back at like the world's biggest hard enduro party, right? I definitely remember the first year very strongly. Well, at this point, I was like, what am I doing here? Why did I do this? Just all the nerves are coming through in a big way. But it was genuinely like a life-changing experience. It felt like Martin had organized my perfect event. Like if I could just draw my perfect motorbike event, this was it. Everybody
knows that you won Romaniacs as well, but did you ever have a moment while racing saying, that's it, I'm done?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Take us back.
Yeah. Oh, there's too many of those, right? Like this event, it's so long. You know, it takes you to some really dark places. It takes you to some amazing places as well. And you know, as your energy goes up and down, your moods, your spirit goes up and down with it. There's been times where I'm like questioning why I even ride motorcycles here. And there's been times where probably the happiest I've ever been in my life. So that's the roller coaster of emotions you go through in like an endurance event like Red Bull Romaniacs.
Chris, I know that you will be a super host of the Leatt LIVEmaniacs in the commentator booth. So just tell people hi, and then I'll let you go and go back to Craig.
Okay, yeah. Hi, guys. Hopefully interesting to listen to for the next few days. I'm really happy to get in behind the scenes and show you guys some of what it's like to race Red Bull Romaniacs.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Craig.
So great to hear from Chris Birch there. He is definitely one of the legends of Red Bull Romaniacs. Winner in the early days in some of the toughest conditions that I've ever seen. I remember in 2010 we had pretty much one of the most stormiest and rainiest events we ever had, and Chris came out and took the win there. So this year we've also got Johnny Walker, who will be riding in the new adventure class. Let's go across to Diana and hear a bit from Johnny.
Thank you, Craig. Yeah, I got Johnny Walker here with me. He just arrived in time, actually. He did not even make it to the Nations Parade. Johnny, where were you?
We've been practicing this morning. We flew in last night, so we had a load to do this morning. It's pretty much the first time that we've rode the bike. So we went into the mountains, rode the bikes. The bike's good. Excited to get racing, actually.
So here's an official announcement live that Johnny Walker will race another bike. What's the bike you're riding?
We're on a Tiger 900, so we're going in the adventure class. But I'm going to actually ride the Prologue tomorrow on my normal 250.
Okay, that's another surprise. So in this case, you riding the new class on a new bike. This is definitely one more argument in our new titles edition, Game Changer. How do you feel about that, being a part of the Game Changer?
No, I'm excited. I feel like I'm going to enjoy the race a lot more. Obviously, even like the last few weeks coming in, when it's Romaniacs, normally you're training, you're doing everything, whereas this time I've just been riding motocross, having fun. And then we've come here now and it's like, it's not the same because you're like when you're going in gold class, you're in for like a hell of a week. Whereas now I'm going to be out there, I'm going to enjoy myself. The results, not everything. We're just here for a good time and to promote the bike and ride around and enjoy the views.
Then we're wishing you good luck, have fun, enjoy everything.
Thank you very much.
So great to hear from Johnny Walker there, who has attended the event many times. And just joining me in the booth is Chris Birch. Chris, it's so great to have you here at the event.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Like, this is absolutely my favorite motorcycle event on the planet, and it's so cool to be here and be behind the scenes for the first time.
Having a brief walk through the Prologue as it is right now, what are your first impressions of it?
My impressions, it's always technical for sure, but probably not the most technical Prologue I've seen. But it looks very, very physical. It's up and down the whole way. Lots of big compressions, lots of... I think the heart rate's going to get through the roof for sure.
And what do you think about the adventure class on the Prologue this year? We've seen some quite nice lines that they've built up, because those bikes, the center of gravity is quite a lot lower than an Enduro bike.
Yeah. Like, Martin's, he's definitely been merciful on the adventure bike class, which is good. But there's definitely very much potential for getting it wrong as well. Like, there's quite narrow lines that the guys need to follow between the obstacles. And if you slide off one of those on a 250 kilogram bike, you still got a lot of work to do.
It's also been nice to see the new e-motor class this year with the electric bikes. They should also make their way through the course pretty well. Some of those guys in the e-motor expert will actually be competing against the silver riders, so that's going to be pretty cool for them. You can see spectators starting to line up now, but tomorrow we're looking at a big turnout of people who will be here to come and watch the riders tackle the course of the Prologue.
Yeah, that's the spectators and the whole atmosphere of this Prologue it's pretty intense. It's not many places in the world like that, and that's another big challenge for the riders, right? Like keeping the adrenaline, keeping the mind focused with all these distractions and helicopters and the music and the Red Bull. It can get a bit much, and you forget that you're here to ride your motorcycle.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we're getting the first images of the City Prologue, where the mastermind behind the City Prologue, Andy Fazekas, and his team from the Crazy Bike Club, they come and build this course every year for the riders to tackle and take on. So let's go down to the Prologue area where we can hear from the event founder, Martin Freinademetz.
Yeah, Martin just arrived here. How was the Nations Parade, Martin?
It was great, so many people coming from all over the world and racing Red Bull Romaniacs, enjoying the Romanian wilderness, celebrating with us the Nations Parade, going through the historical center in Sibiu. I think it's something really great, and not every city can offer something like what Sibiu has.
Martin, any planned surprises today at the opening ceremony?
Of course, the prizes are always. Red Bull Romaniacs is known for surprises. There will also be surprises every day on the tracks, and on the last day it's going to be very special because it's the first time that the final hill climb will be done 3 times. So this is a big action that the spectators will then be able to see and the riders to enjoy.
So we can see the gold riders now lining up Chris, they're going to give us a little demonstration of what we call the Demo Maniacs.
Yeah, this is, for the gold guys, a really important part of the event. This is where they can, for sure, they've already walked the track. They've had a good look around. And now they can try out all the different lines and see how it actually feels to ride it. You'll see the guys, like, they're not just there to play around. They're there to try out the track, try out the different lines. And this is, for the top pro guys, this is actually a really important moment of the race.
Just how important is the start? Because I remember back to 2010, when you were competing, you made the ultimate dream start and got such a big gap from everybody else.
Yeah.
Does it put you in a good position?
Oh, yeah. But if you can get off the line first and get out in front, and you're the guy that everyone's having to do crazy lines to get past, that's a pretty good spot to be in. The bit these guys are coming through now, I think this is going to be one of the most challenging parts of the whole thing. We can't see it in that shot, but on the other side of that tyre wall, there's like a swimming pool.
Yeah.
And the water's going to get dragged up that, and it's going to get really hard to ride that motorbike up that wooden slope.
But, oh, here we go. So this is what you're talking about.
I think this is going to be a big carnage spot tomorrow for sure. In the early parts, it's not too bad, but once that water gets dragged up onto that wood, if you don't drive and have some momentum coming up, as that Kabakchev, as one of the guys is demonstrating, that's going to get awfully slippery. I think for a lot of the guys, the mental process here is like, okay, feel it out, understand the lines, once get comfortable with it, and then it goes to, right, what can I jump? If you can jump a section that everyone else is riding, that's a huge benefit. Oh, that was a nice gap. There's Johnny.
Nice.
Oh, coming in hot. And this is a big part of it as well. Like, if trying to manage your speed. So you're doubling it, and you've got to land it in the right place to be in time to set up for the next one. You can't just go full blaze.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's not enough time for the bike to recover from one impact before the next. So trying to figure out that timing of when to send, when to soak, and giving the bike the time it needs is a really big part of this as well. Oh my gosh, how did he end up there?
Oh my.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
You know, because again, even for these absolute top guys, the guys that are right at the front of this tomorrow, still the number one goal is get through this. Like, don't hurt yourself. The last thing you want to be doing is picking up an injury in the prologue and carrying that injury through 4 marathon stages in the mountains. That's I've done that. It's not fun.
No, absolutely, because the real race is out there in the Carpathian Mountains. Let's go across to see one of the clips that we have of the absolute legend of this event, Graeme Jarvis.
So there's been lots of special moments in Red Bull Romaniacs. My favourite moment was probably the first win, 2008, and coming into that finish and riding along the roof, and it was pouring with rain, and it was actually my first extreme event I'd won, so that's a real special moment. I'm never going to forget that. Can't really say I'm come here to just be on the podium, so I'm here to win.
Yeah, they said it was going to be fairly steady today, but they're definitely lying. You go through a lot of motions throughout the 4 days, but getting to the finish, I'm so tired. Just want to get a beer, sit down and relax.
For me, Red Bull Romaniacs is the most enjoyable race of the year.
So there you go, Graeme Jarvis. In many sports, you know, they say the GOAT, the greatest of all time, and people can debate that and argue who it might be. But in our sport of hard enduro, there is no argument whatsoever.
No, none whatsoever. Graeme, 7 times winner of this event.
I remember racing against him back in the days and just like sitting on his wheel and just like, okay, at some point, this guy's going to make a mistake. When he makes a mistake, Chris, then you're going to go. The mistakes just never came, man. So you'll see it in the next coming days up in Red Bull Maniacs, especially in the live Maniac stages, how important efficiency is in the sport. Like this, it's a marathon race, this. And man, that's one thing that I think Graeme he could lead the world in efficiency on a motorcycle. Eh?
Yeah.
Like, he just doesn't make these mistakes. He's so efficient in his riding style. And I think that's what allows him to still be like up the front at 50.
Yeah.
At 50.
50 years old, 50 this year.
It's quite incredible that he still, that he still can do it.
Yeah.
It's also incredible that he still wants to do it. Like, he doesn't owe anyone anything, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's
Absolutely.
zero else to prove, but that's, you can see at this stage, there's no argument. He's doing it for the love of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Mario's got Mario and Johnny. So Johnny's going to be doing a really nice course preview for us tomorrow. So make sure to tune in and see that as you see Billy going through the swimming pool.
It's like no one told him that bit's slippery. Well, you're not listening, Billy. That bit's slippery.
And those are big.
That is a big
railway
jump.
sleepers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can, oh,
Ow!
ow! Ow! Sorry, bro.
Yeah, sorry, bro.
This return section in the past here, as the guys come back down parallel with the main street, that always used to be an area where you could rest and shake your arms out, get your heart rate back down. But just walking the track this morning, there's none of that there this year. Eh? Like, you just go the whole way around. So one thing the guys are really going to battle with here is a phenomenon we call arm pump.
Yes.
Which is when you're you go out too hard generally, and your forearm muscles will swell up and come like bricks, and it makes it really hard to grip the bike properly. Obviously in the sport there's a lot of grip strength, a lot of pull through your arms. When that happens, the throttle control, the clutch control all becomes so much harder to do, and you'll see a lot of the mistakes coming through from arm pump.
Yeah.
The slippery wall taking out the man himself, Billy Bolt.
He does.
You always look a bit annoyed with it, like looking back like, did you not know who I am?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
And we saw a little bit earlier a lot of the riders stopping at the rock section to have a look there. For me, that rock section looks particularly difficult because there's a few big holes in there that your front wheel's going to drop into. And the line I saw was the one on the left-hand side. It was a little bit smoother, but if there's somebody that's sort of stuck in that line, you need to have a second option.
For sure, and the speed that you bring through that, or you bring out of that rock section, is the momentum and the speed you bring into that water section.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the momentum you bring into that ever increasingly slippery wooden wall. So I think you're right. That rock section is a very, very key section of this Bull Romaniacs prologue track. Here's Billy checking out that rock line that we talked about, trying to find the momentum to get up that slippery mess.
If Billy or Johnny end up doubling this section tomorrow,
I'm going home.
I'm out of there.
Yeah. I'm not even racing it, I'll be disgusted. So I think the reason Billy's gone back now is he's got to find the right line through those tyres to set himself up on the right rocks to get through that next section. Nice double.
Yeah. So these are one of the first shots that we're seeing of Manny taking the course. Wow,
Manny.
looking good. Looking real smooth, and this is where Manny really shines because he just knows how to conserve that energy.
Putting the bike exactly into the pocket on the landings, eh? Like, it's so important not to go too long on those landings here, eh? And man, almost as important as not going short.
Yeah. Mr. Graeme Jarvis is on course. He's gonna do a lap around here. Give us a bit of a demonstration.
Pretty tidy for 50, eh?
Yeah, not too bad. Nice flow through there too. Looks like Billy chasing Graeme Jarvis down there, Billy Boat chasing Graeme. Just to check out his lines, maybe learn a little bit from the old boy.
This year's edition is dedicated to Graeme Jarvis because he turned 50 years old this year. And Graeme, can you tell us something about your first experience at Romania?
Yeah, a long time ago. It's a long time to remember. 2008. Obviously, the event's changed. I've seen the event grow, and I'm just honoured to be part of it.
Oh my God!
Make a wish, Graeme.
Make a wish.
Make a wish. I wish I was in silver.
I wish I was in silver.
50 years, Graeme.
Everybody,
So I think that's a wonderful celebration, and also it just shows that how all the riders, they appreciate each other and have so much respect for each other, and especially for Graeme, 50 years old at this year's edition.
Absolutely, 100% the legend of the sport. I think a cool thing to remember is, I would say everybody else on the sideline of gold class grew up watching Graeme Jarvis ride motorbikes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, thanks for joining me, Chris. Don't miss tomorrow's show. We're going to bring you the prologue with a lot of action. Hello and welcome to Sibiu Romaniacs for the 22nd edition of Red Bull Romaniacs, the Game Changer. This is Leatt LIVEmaniacs. I am Craig Stone, and joining me is former champion Chris Birch. Chris, what an absolutely incredible day's racing we've had already today.
Yeah, even just watching the qualification for this has just been incredible. Eh? Like the guys are pushing so hard in the prologue.
This morning since 7 a.m. actually, because of all the different classes we've had the seeding runs for most of the lower classes and the qualification runs, but the adventure class is our new class this year, Chris, as well as the e-moto, the electric bikes. What did you think of the big adventure rally bikes going through the course?
Yeah, I was up early this morning, 6:30 down here to watch the adventure guys take it on, and I was really very pleasantly surprised by the level. Even in the adventure light class, the guys were flowing through the prologue track. Obviously a simplified version of the prologue track, more suitable for the adventure bikes, but the guys were looking pretty tidy out there.
No, definitely. Some of those guys on the ultimate were doing all the big jumps, the gap jumps on the freestyle ramp.
Very cool. But then into the enduro bike qualifying today has just been. It's been good to watch, man. I know from a rider how stressful this first part of Red Bull Romaniacs is, and it's been very nice just sitting back and watching it happen for the first time.
So what happened is we had the Iron, the Atom, the Ultimate, and the Light, as well as the E-Motor, all doing their runs for the seeding for day one. Let's go down to Diana with an interview down on the track.
Thanks, Craig. Thanks, Chris. I'm here with Martin. What's up, dude?
Yeah, everything is okay, you know. There is so many people here watching the prologue. The guys are having a really great performance. Also in the morning it was very challenging to see the amateurs riding, and now the level is getting higher and the crowd is getting bigger. And there is a little bit of a rain maybe waiting there as well, so it's going to be a big challenge.
Hopefully not, actually, because, you know, it's better to stay in the sun. It's not raining, better like that for us. For the riders, we'll see some more challenges. Anyways, we were afraid that we are not going to see you at the interview. Where have you been so far?
I'm pretty much all over, you know. There is a lot of changes this year, and therefore there's also a lot of things that I wouldn't to make sure that they work out, and until now everything works out perfectly, so I'm happy.
How was the adventure classes experience here at the Prologue?
Wow, that was really great. You know, I didn't expect these guys to tackle the track so well. and especially the ultimate class. Like some of them were jumping with big twin cylinder motorcycles with boxer engines, 1,200 Copics, flying over the prologue. So that was really interesting to see. And I'm looking forward to see what's happening out there in the mountains. A lot of people interested in this year. We were expecting to have maybe 30, in the very best case 50 participants. Now we're up at almost 70, so there's a lot of people interested to come and enjoy the Carpathian Mountains on a big adventure bike.
We're going to have a look at yesterday was the Nations Parade, where all the 63 nations from around the globe came down to the streets of Sibiu in Romania to present themselves along the city streets and down to the prologue for the Nations Parade. Let's go and have a look at that clip from yesterday.
The sunny streets of this former European capital of culture came alive yesterday as the 2025 Red Bull Romaniacs Nations Parade swept through the city center. 63 nations united by a passion for hard enduro rode side by side, flags flying high through the historic squares of Sibiu. The roar of engines echoed off the old walls, led proudly by the Romaniacs founder and the prologue director, all converging on the legendary Carpathian Boulevard, home of the infamous In-City Prologue. This year's prologue features 16 hand-built obstacles, over 100 tons of rocks, logs, tires, and concrete, crafted into a 350-meter course designed for flow, speed, and pure adrenaline. At the official press conference, the spotlight shone on Graeme Jarvis, honored as this year's game changer. With 7 Romaniacs titles to his name, he was joined by 5-time winner Manny Lettenbichler and Triumph teammates Johnny Walker and Sam Sunderland, now stepping into the new adventure class. Fans and families filled the venue for a meet and greet with the sport's biggest names, collecting autographs and memories. The 22nd edition of Red Bull Romaniacs has officially begun. History, passion, and horsepower, all on display here in the heart of Romania.
We are about to bring you the bronze class finals.
Yeah, so for me, the most interesting standout on the front row is Kevin Gallis on the Yamaha T7. So although we were talking lots about the adventure bike class, Kevin's actually elected to give all that away and race in the bronze class with the enduro bikes on the T7. I think, did he win it last year? Correct
Yeah, he did.
Wrong? Yeah,
that's
so
right.
he's back to do it again.
Back to do it again.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, putting it in first place on the adventure bike.
So let's go and have a look at Johnny Walker. He is going to do our track preview for us, and here he goes. Off he goes. Chris, talk us through this.
So, yeah, Johnny, at the level he rides at, these are jumps. For everyone else, these are obstacles. I think for me, this section he's going through here, this is a real key piece, mainly because of how physical it is. You can see how much work he's having to do to muscle the bike through there. And that feeds directly into this section, which is going to be really challenging. The more bikes that come up there, the more the water's going to get dragged up onto there. These big jumps for the top guys, they're a chance to brake. So take a break, rest the arms.
Yeah.
For the not-so-top guys, they're a chance to absolutely freak out and tense up. This section here is a real key piece as well. It's so easy to fall off those little balance beams. And just the big skill is trying to tie it all together. This is my favorite obstacle that he's coming up to at the end here. There's 3 different options. So I think in the first laps, you can see some pretty aggressive overtaking in there. And this is the section we're talking about. In the past, this return section has been really easy. It's been a chance to take a breather, rest your arms. But no, you can see Johnny's working the whole way back, and there is nowhere at all to rest on this year's prologue track.
They're getting warmed up for the start of the bronze finals.
They must be just about ready to go. The nerves will be up. There you go.
1 minute to go. 1 minute board.
What do you reckon? 140, 150 BPM, doing nothing? Sitting still?
Yeah, heart rate absolutely flying. And here we go. Let's go. And Kevin Gallis getting the whole shot. Double. Wow.
That's good commitment, jumping that stuff. And you see, if you can double, if you can jump, you're out the front.
And that section that he went over through where those big logs were before these tires, that was quite a tricky section, and could catch the front wheel. Might have caught some guys out, but Kevin establishing a big lead. Commentator's curse.
This is one of the key sections, man. As that water gets dragged up there, it gets so difficult, and Kevin's just burnt a whole bunch of matches dragging that big bike up there. And is that Mark Jackson sneaking into the lead?
Some Mark Jackson sneaking the lead, but they've got 7 minutes here, so it'll be 7 minutes plus 1 lap
Oh, don't jump on his head.
my word.
Imagine what it sounds like having that T7 breathing down your neck.
You definitely want to get out the way.
Go! Oh, Kevin's
my
out the
word.
front again. He slid off that balance rail.
So maybe just try
Come on,
and
Kevin.
push it a little bit too hard here.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. That's going to be the meeting point.
Absolute carnage. So this is what we were saying earlier. 35 riders all competing for the same line here to get up this ramp. Once the water's dragged up onto this wood, it is as slick as ice. So let's see what's going to happen when Kevin Gallis and Mark Jackson come round for their second lap.
So in the sport of hard enduro, this is what we call a bottleneck.
That's Kevin Watt coming through there from Great Britain. So this is going to be interesting what's going to happen here now. Once our front runners come through here, they're going to be looking for different lines.
Okay. This is one of those, okay, now what?
Now what? So let's get the tow ropes out. Mark Skinner there trying to get involved in the action.
Maybe we might see people actually teaming up in the prologue for the first time.
That would definitely be a first at the Red Bull Romaniacs.
Yeah. So the guys are moving through, but not at the rate that we need to. We got some marshals on help trying to pull it through.
There we go. This is looking a bit better now.
Oh.
Those railway lines are so tricky, because the idea is to actually ride over the section that's got the concrete slab under it. But if you get a little bit offline there now and your tires are wet as well, you're just going down like that.
Ideally you want to use that concrete piece, like the sleeper part of the railway, is to create the lift to kind of jump the whole thing. Here comes Kevin.
There's Kevin. We can see him now. Let's see if he can make it up here cleanly. Come on, Kev, let's go.
It's almost going to be smart to kind of wait your moment, wait your turn, and hold momentum down into that. That may not be an option. Oh, no, he's got through.
Nicely done there.
Well done.
Well done, Kevin. Kevin will be through the big freestyle jumps now.
So is that Mark Jackson in the lead? 301.
Could be Mark Jackson in the lead
old
now.
dog. Look at him go.
Oh boy. Looks like they're clearing it a little bit easier now. So once that congestion is sort of moved through, the guys are now being able to flow through the course a bit better.
I think possibly the benefit there is that everyone's now spread out around the track and it's going to start to flow a bit more. So maybe surviving that first couple of laps and holding your position is the key to it.
Yeah. Oh, somebody's gone down hard, trying to get a number.
I'm not sure what happened, but judging by the cheer from the crowd behind us, it was spectacular.
Definitely something cool to watch. That was Ting Yang from China. So putting on a good show for the spectators.
Saw quite a lot of, oh, look at that! Ghost Rider!
Oh my word. So that's another way to do it.
Is he stuck in the fence now? That's exciting.
That's exciting.
Come on, Kevin, get that bike moving. What's he up to? Got a problem. Has he pushed the chain off or something? Doesn't want to go.
Yeah, it doesn't want to. Looks like his bike won't start.
Yeah.
Throwing his hands up in the air there.
Is that a mechanical? I wonder if he smashed a switch or something when he slid out.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not what you want.
That's definitely not what he wants.
That's a rough start to your Romaniacs program when you win it the year before.
Yeah, so Kevin's
like out.
He's out.
Oh, that's a shame. They'll have some work to do tonight. There you go, one lap to go. That is a very good sign to see.
Yeah, one lap to go. So these guys will be pretty happy to get around the end of this course now.
These guys will be more than happy to be rolling past that checkered flag. Good work, guys.
So here we go. That's all done and dusted for the gold class.
Bronze class.
Oh, sorry.
The gold class are like this, but it's on fast forward.
Fast forward.
Yeah.
So tomorrow on day one, they'll have a bit of an early start for them as well to get through the day, but there's some serious mountains for them to tackle tomorrow out in the Carpathians.
There you go, Mark Jackson out the front.
Ahead of Darush Gorbani, and in third place Mario Dorado. So let's go down to Diana. She is down at the bottom. Let's get some of the thoughts of some of the riders taking part.
Yeah, thanks guys. I'm here with Kevin Gallas. Hi Kevin, how is it going?
Well, not as I hoped for, certainly. It was a rough start. The track was not so difficult compared to last year, but I made some mistakes, fell off the beams, went over the handlebars a little bit. then just tried to do my race, and unfortunately on the water there was some carnage every time, and someone hit the start buttons on the right side, and then after that the bike didn't turn on, so Marvin, my mechanic, has to see what happened. Unfortunate result, but it's how it is.
Still, you have 4 days ahead of you, so time to catch up, right?
I will have to play catch up the next couple of days, but yeah, I focus on the Offroad Days, and 4 days ahead. We're still smiling. It's beautiful weather. We're here in Romania, so what can you want more?
Lining up now, we've got the silver class guys. So you see a big leap in terms of speed and ability, and there's some interesting guys for me in this. First, rank 1, Eddie Carlson, riding the Stark Varg, the electric bike. So Eddie, if you watch Super Enduro, you will know all about Eddie Carlson. He is one of the top guys, and first time racing the Stark Varg here. You've got Ott Cornell, the winner of the silver class last year.
And the 2 Romanians fighting it out, Sergio Grecu and David Ignat. So they definitely want to gonna be on the podium representing their country here. So here we are, about to go. Let's see that launch off. Very nice. So that was one of the Circo riders, could be David Ignat, who got the whole shot there, launching his way, but Eddie making his way through traffic. And Eddie was 13 seconds per lap, faster than any of these other riders during the qualifications. That's super slick.
Beautifully held though. He started the slide, wound it off. Can't catch it with a clutch on an electric bike either, can you? That was very well managed.
Let's see some style there, please, Eddie. Come on, man. So here we go. So in 3rd place there, David Ignat is in 3rd place, holding that position. He's going to be fighting his way to the front to try and get as close to Eddie as he can.
So I think you'll be seeing Eddie laying down some times here that are really going to be competitive in the gold class, I'm sure.
Definitely.
You can see Eddie's just so comfortable in these Super Enduro style obstacles. They're so aggressive, and that's exactly where Eddie's skills shine through. Whoa! And I've cursed him! And maybe too aggressive, eh?
A little bit too. I was going to say, I thought he was going to pause for a second there over the rocks to make sure he had his line, but he just went for it.
So you've got Eddie quite clearly out in the lead. Who do you think's running in second?
I would say it's probably one of the Romanians. Could be Sergio Grecu or David Ignat. Look like they could be fighting for that 2nd place position.
Wouldn't that be something if the changing of the sport, right? Like if Eddie wins silver on an electric bike, Kevin wins bronze on an adventure bike. Like, what is happening at this sport? The 4-strokes have got so much better. The electric bikes are getting better. Maybe there's more to life than a 300 2-stroke.
Yeah.
As good as the 300 2-stroke is.
Oh yeah, no, it's pretty much unbeatable in the extreme conditions.
Oh, there's some style. At this stage of the race, a lot of the guys will be just trying to maintain and keep the mistakes to a minimum. And then you've got this guy charging through in silence. Oh, but not immune to people having problems in front of him.
There. And these are the logs that I was talking about. It's a little bit tricky. Straight over the front of the bike.
Get out of it. The silver class this year. There we go.
So there you go. Eddie taking the win.
He made that look pretty easy.
Pretty easy.
Ott Cornell sliding into 2nd there. So Ott was he's a young rider, still a teenager, I believe, and he was the overall winner of Red Bull Romaniacs silver last year. So great result from him.
Oh, that's amazing. So let's go back down to Diana and have some interviews with some of our riders.
Yeah, guys, I'm here with Eddie Carlson, the winner of silver class prologue. How are you, Eddie?
Yeah, pretty good. It's hot here in Sibiu, no?
Well, sorry, bro, but this is the weather during summer here. How does it feel to know that you won the prologue on an e-bike?
That's really good to start with. Like, tomorrow is gonna be the big battle, and it's the brand new with the Stark Varg, and also the new race for me. I never been here before, so it's gonna be good.
Do you have any emotions or mixed feelings when you think that you're at the toughest hard enduro rally in the world riding this prologue?
No, it's so cool with all the crowd like shouting out on the track here, and I'm looking forward for this epic event. It's gonna be hard out in the forest, I guess, so we will see what's happening.
Thank you very much, Eddie.
Thank you.
Guys, I will shortly have Paul Tares as well here. Hi, Paul. How is it going? No gear?
No gear this year.
Why?
Because I'm riding on Ultimate Adventure class So we rode on this morning, now just chilling.
How was riding the prologue on the Ultimate Adventure class?
Honestly, it was really nice. Bit easier maybe because last year in silver was really big difficult. But yeah, it was really nice. No injuries, nobody had a big crash, so it was interesting.
Do you have any tips for the hobby riders who are riding the adventure tracks this year?
Don't be super fast because it's really dangerous with the big bikes. I know really well, you too, I'm crashing sometimes. So don't be super fast, enjoy, this is the most important, and take care a lot of the bike because are really big, and one big crash you can destroy the bike. So it's better to don't have this kind of problems.
To take care of the pocket, right?
Yes. You have to ride 4 days, so you have enough days to do some gas.
Thank you very much, Paul. It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
So good to get some of the emotions there from Eddie Carlson on the Starkvog, and then again Paul Torres on the adventure class, because this year's 22nd edition of Red Bull Romaniacs is termed the game changer because of these new classes that have been introduced. And isn't it awesome how Martin Freinademetz, the event organizer, just pushing those boundaries, pushing the limits, trying new things just to make the sport progress even more.
Absolutely. Like Martin's always been super open to trying to bring as many people to his party as possible. And you know, as these different bikes become more viable options, it's so cool. He's trying to make it inclusive of everyone and just make this like the ultimate hard enduro party for everyone.
Here we have now the gold class riders. So the gold class are lining up for the finals. Number 12 there is Billy Bolt. We spoke about Billy yesterday. He's my favorite for the race.
So we've got the world's best super enduro rider lining up next to the world's best hard enduro rider. We've got the new guys right next to them, Mitch Brightmore, and then we've got Teodor Kabakchev. I think he could be trouble for Manny this year in the overall. Like, he's been really competitive all year. Like, just the gap's getting closer and closer, and this is as close as it gets to a home race for him.
No, definitely. Teo's looking so strong this year. But let's go ahead and have a look at one of the legends of the sport, Graeme Jarvis.
Aplaudați în primul rând este clasa profi, numărul 1, Graeme Jarvis.
Awesome video there of the legend of Red Bull Romaniacs, Graeme Jarvis, 7 times winner here.
Like we said yesterday, like there's in many sports, people argue about who is the greatest of all time. You know, who is the greatest golf player, who is the greatest rugby player. There's in this sport of hard enduro, there's no argument. There's no discussion. It's Graeme.
He is the king, and he's just dominated for so many years as well. Turning 50 this year and still taking on the young guns and appearing on the podium.
But these guys on the front line, they all want to win this. This is so important to set up the rest of the week of Romaniacs.
This is all out.
The prologue counts.
So there we go. Oh,
good
now
start
that's
from
a
Billy.
great start. Great start from Billy, and looks like Mitch was pretty close there with them.
Right on it.
You see how they're just flying over these tires like it's nothing.
So Billy's at, 2 bike lengths ahead already. Mitch right on his
Mitch
tail.
right on his tail.
Through there.
Billy had a little bit of trouble in that section yesterday in our demo Maniacs when they came to check out the course, but absolutely no problem for him today. And there's that flow that you were talking about, Chris. Just flowing through that section.
How much less energy you're going to use if you can create that flow. But at the moment, this is not about saving energy. This is full charge. Try and make that gap. So Billy's got a decent lead there, but it's not a mistake lead yet, right? Like, there's one mistake, there's not enough time yet. So it's about trying to keep that thing straight, stick the lines,
And you see how Billy launched himself through the water, so getting as much traction and grip and momentum out of that water, so he just floats up over that steep section. There'll be a hot race going on behind him for the other the second and third positions for sure.
So what's the gap back to Manny now?
I would say he's got at least 7 or 8 seconds on the second place. We're assuming at the moment that is Manuel Lettenbichler.
Yeah, so that's, what do you say,
so
8 seconds, 9 seconds?
Yeah.
That's a mistake. You've got time to make a mistake, regroup and get going again.
Yeah.
That's the gap that Billy, I'm sure, wants to create, and he can now stick with.
And this is one of the first years actually that Billy is riding pretty much injury-free, because every year he seemed to have been carrying some sort of injury with him into the season. This year he's looking so fit and motivated. It looks like Manuel Lettenbichler is having quite a battle there with Mitch Brightmore for the second position.
One of the cool things with the Romaniacs now with the prologue is the first place rider gets to choose his starting position for the next day. So traditionally you don't want to lead out. You don't want to be the guy that's breaking trail on this event.
Yeah.
And that was a downside to winning the prologue. They've changed the rules up to incentivize the guys to push and to make the prologue important.
Yes.
And so now he's going to be able to choose, and I'm sure he's going to choose to pop, maybe start off third, fourth, in behind Manny there and just try and catch up.
Yeah.
Stick on his wheel, and can carry that win into day one. Still hitting up that motorway sleeper every lap. That's a physical effort every lap.
Yeah.
Man, what a message to be sending to the guys too, hey? Like, hey, I'm not here to muck around this year. Like you say, we've got a fully fit, injury-free Billy Bolt.
And that's dangerous.
Yeah, I think we could be in for quite a battle tomorrow, quite a show over the next 4 days.
Yeah. So he's almost done now. He'll be coming through the finish arch in a few seconds here now.
He's got a log, a railway barrier, and a checkered flag. Not railway barrier, motorway barrier.
Awesome riding here by Billy. Absolutely dominant display.
Beautiful.
And some style. Yeah, boy. Fantastic race there from Billy.
So really interesting to see. Oh, there's Graeme coming through.
There's Graeme coming through, yeah.
So that's Mitch in second. That's a good ride from him.
Yeah, great race from Mitch.
That's interesting for tomorrow, eh? Like, I'm sure Manny maybe wasn't too worried about beating Billy, but I think he would have rather preferred to be in second than third.
Yeah, could be. So there we go. As you said, Manuel Lettenbichler was in third place.
That's a great lineup for tomorrow, man. I'm excited for tomorrow now. I don't know about you.
No, let's get going.
It's just put all the pieces in place.
So Diana's down on the field there with the top three. Let's hear what the boys have to say.
Thank you very much. Yes, I'm here with the winner of the prologue. Billy, how are you feeling?
Yeah, good start. Happy with that. Really good start. Not really many mistakes. Managed to stay out front. It's hot though. Kept trying to catch my breath on this straight back down to the start, and it wasn't easy. But luckily there wasn't too much traffic or anything to navigate. So like I said, just picked smart lines and kept my way comfortably at the front.
Billy, congratulations, and we're looking forward to seeing you on the other podium as well, okay?
That would be nice. Like I say, I missed this last year. I missed this in 2022. I feel like it's been so long since I've just built momentum and been able to ride the week how I want to ride. So I'm excited to get going. I've had a good few weeks training and just want to build as the week goes on. Like I say, I think if I can just try to stay mistake free, keep chipping away and just finish strong at the end of the week, that's all I want.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Guys, I have next to me also Manuel Lettenbichler. Hi, Manny. How is it going?
Pretty good. Pretty cool event. Good race so far. Me and Mitch, we had a little battle going on at the beginning, and then I was trying just to control my third place. I was feeling pretty comfortable in, and I think it's just gonna be a lovely day tomorrow, I guess.
Looking forward to tomorrow?
Definitely looking forward for tomorrow. Back into the mountains. I think it's always quite cool, and pretty stoked on it.
The king is back. Let's see. Thank you very much, Manny.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
I have also Mitch Brightmore somewhere. Okay, there. Hi, how is it going? your full sweat on?
Pretty good. It's warm out here, as you can see. Yeah, it was just, I tend to sort of hurt myself in these Romaniacs prologues, so I'm happy to come out of this in one piece. I sort of just battled a bit with Manny throughout and then just managed to settle into a pace of my own. Billy was long gone, which it didn't really matter, it's just for a start position tomorrow. So yeah, just good batting with the boys, and yeah, on to 4 days of off-road.
So great to see the emotions from those guys there, Chris. You can see Billy and Mitch, I must say, looked like they gave all the energy, sweaty on where Manny quite calm, you know, happy to let them do their thing.
Yeah, I think there's one thing Manny's good at, it's playing the smart game, hey?
Yeah.
He's got a good team with him, he knows how to play this game very smart. What a lineup for tomorrow, eh?
Yeah.
Like, how good is tomorrow going to be? You've got Billy Bolt, Mitch Brightmore, Manny Lettenbeckler, Tibor Kovacev, Mario Roman, Alfredo Gomez, Sonny Gogia, like, all the way down, it's the
stacked.
who's who of hard enduro just lined up and ready to go for the mountain.
Absolutely
tomorrow.
stacked. So Chris, that was awesome, eh?
That was exciting. I'm very excited to have watched what we've just seen, but I'm even more excited for how it's stacked up and how it's lined up for tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
Like, all the players are there. We've got really good racing in the gold class, which you'll be able to see in the Leatt LIVEmaniacs. We've got a really good race developing, I think, in the silver class.
Yes.
I'm genuinely excited to watch this.
So don't miss it and tune in tomorrow. Thanks for watching and we'll see you tomorrow.
Take off, big rocket, blast off, jet black. Come on and get some. Come on and get some. Come on and get some. Watch me.
Hello and welcome to Leatt LIVEmaniacs. We are on location here at day one of the martial arts. I'm Craig Stone and joining me once again is champion Chris Birch.
Hello, hello.
Chris, you've been out on course a bit this morning. How are the conditions looking there?
Yeah, I was lucky enough to sneak out on the motorcycle this morning and join some of the riders on some pretty mellow stuff on the way out to the mountains, and it's looking good. It's dry this year, and that's sometimes I think all the riders would prefer dry to wet. But when it gets too dry here, that's when it can get crumbly and loose. And I think we're right on that line. So it's going to be interesting to see how this holds up here. You can see now, this is, it may look like some insane construction site or mine, but this is actually a racetrack. I like I said, I was lucky enough to get out on the motorcycle this morning and make my way out here on the trails. I thought I'd try and do my job well. I get here early, walk the track, understand what the guys are going to be up against. I didn't even want to walk up this. It's it's nuts.
It is crazy.
You can see there's almost like mountain bike style obstacles they've integrated into this Leatt LIVEmaniacs course. You can see I can see Paul's influence on this already.
Just so you know, because we are literally in the action. We've got the riders coming right past our tent just, so it's going to be pretty cool to watch them. And let's talk a little bit about some of those riders, and one of those being Graeme Jarvis. So let's go and have a look at the Graeme Jarvis interview and see what the King has been up to.
Do you remember your first Romaniacs experience?
First Romaniacs, 2008 on a Sherco 250. Jumped in the van, drove from England with my friends. Didn't really know how big the race was. I was just a race in Romania, and then won it. It's helped me make a name in enduro. It was one of the first races I won, so a lot to be grateful for.
So the first was the prologue. You started with the prologue, those obstacles. How did they seem to you? Was that complicated? Was it easy?
No, it all seemed, first time, it all seemed pretty straightforward. I can ride over this stuff in the prologue, I can get up and down hills, but I couldn't navigate to save my life. That was the problem. So I just followed Gerhard Foster. You know, basically I'd get to the top of a hill before him, but I was just too frightened to get lost, so I'd wait and just followed him to the end of the race and made a dash for the finish.
it's an event that if you can finish it, you're doing well.
Chris, I think that must bring back quite a few memories having a look at that, eh?
That was definitely a trip down memory lane for me as well. And it's so incredible to see that Graeme, he's still got the drive. He's still got not only the ability, but the drive to take on. This event is so tiring. It's so challenging.
Yeah.
And at 50 years old, to still want to do it is incredible. Interesting, listening to what Graeme was saying there. Yeah, I just happy just to wait and watch and follow. And as a rider, I was one of the guys that he was watching and waiting and following.
Yeah.
Sometimes, come on, man! I know you're playing games with me. I know you're gonna go at some point.
So we have some very nice aerial shots here of this is the Leatt LIVEmaniacs section where the gold competitors will come into the section and then have to complete this loop 3 times before making their way back across to the finish line. And let's go and have a look at the prologue, which we had yesterday, the In-City Prologue. Let's go and have a look and see what happened there yesterday.
The iconic Red Bull Romaniacs In-City Prologue lit up Coposu Boulevard yesterday, delivering the kind of action that only the world's toughest hard enduro can offer. Thousands of fans lined the streets as riders took on massive man-made obstacles, jumps, and ramps in the heart of the city. In the gold class, Billy Bolt was untouchable. From the whole shot to the final lap, he rode with flawless precision and a calm, relentless flow that left his rivals behind. Mitch Brightmore chased hard, locked in an intense battle with Manny Lettenbichler for second, but Bolt was in a league of his own. Lettenbichler held third all the way, and veteran Graeme Jarvis played it safe, saving his strength for the brutal Romanian mountains ahead. In the silver class, Eddie Carlson on his Stark Vargimoto put on a masterclass, taking the win with 7 clean laps ahead of Cornell Olt and Tobin Miller. The bronze riders faced their own battles with the tricky water section where Mark Jackson emerged victorious, joined on the podium by Dariusz Gorbani and Mario Dorado. Even the adventure classes delivered stunning performances, with Paul Torres leading the ultimate class and Sam Sunderland claiming the top spot in Adventure Light. With flawless flow, fewer traps, and pure speed on display, the prologue set the tone for an unforgettable week ahead. The 22nd Red Bull Romaniacs edition is off to a spectacular start, and this is only day 1.
Oh, here we go. We got our first man coming in.
So we have Manuel Lettenbichler is arrived here at the Leatt LIVEmaniacs. He is running first on the road at the moment, and he's going to have a 10-minute cool down to just rest and recover, get some water and some food into his body. He's been riding so well today. As we said a bit earlier, he was 25 minutes faster than our expected riding time. But then they had a short liaison section after that where they had to go and connect to the next sections of the gold signature sections where he lost time. So let's go down to Diana. We get a word with Manny and see exactly what happened out there.
Yeah, Manny just arrived at our signature section of Offroad Day 1, Leatt LIVEmaniacs Martial Arts. Manny, before the liaison 3, you were around 25 minutes faster than the other riders. And after that, you lost a couple of minutes. What happened meanwhile?
I was really fast. I think Theo was definitely pushing a lot in the afternoon, or like after the service. I think I just tried to make it as good as possible, trying to ride my own speed. It's still a couple of days ahead, and try to save some energy for this.
What are your expectations now at the Leatt LIVEmaniacs? Because the martial arts has been a bit switched, let's say, by Paul Bolton. So what do you think? Last time it was super complicated. What do you think Paul did now?
Not sure. I haven't seen anything, so I hope it looks better and a little bit more safe for everybody. We already had a really steep, dangerous downhill in today, so hopefully nothing happened to the other riders. But yeah, I will see now what's going on.
Manny, thank you very much. I know you're tired, I know you're thirsty, so I'm gonna give you a break now.
So let's have a flyover and just show exactly what they have to face today. So this is the flyover and skydive is the earlier sections which we saw there from our on-field reporters where they had to go up those really steep hills as well as bedtime alarm. Not easy at all. This was now the liaison section where we were talking about where he was fastest up to that point. But now what we see on screen now, the Dacian Forest, may have proved to be a little bit more challenging for them than what we anticipated. And now arriving at LIVEmaniacs.
So this trail at martial arts, the Leatt LIVEmaniacs, the guys are going to have to complete 3 laps of this. And it's 3 loops is a lot. And there are some different alternative lines here. It's not all one line, so maybe you might see the guys change their line through that section.
Yeah, they'll definitely change their line. They sort of switch it up a little bit and get to, see the lines where they may be fast the next lap and definitely use that to their advantage.
I think what was really telling, we can look out here and see where Manny was, and he never sat down. He never took his helmet off. He didn't need anything to drink, didn't need anything to eat. He's locked in. Obviously still feeling really good. I mean, I know if I was suffering 10 minutes, my helmet's coming off, I'm sitting down, I'm getting in the shade. Yeah, what do you got for me? He looked like he did not need that break at all. He was just ready to get back into it and keep making time on these guys. And he's off.
So off he goes there. So let's watch him as he's going to round these turns here before he starts hitting these steep slopes. So firing nicely up that little step there because that's super steep and you can hear the bike just revving out and he's just controlling that clutch and not wanting to break the traction too much. You can see behind Manny how awesome are those pictures of the cliff behind him. You can just see how steep it is.
I love that obstacle. That's that is the Bolts Bridge, we're going to call that one, I reckon.
Okay.
Yeah. Through some quite loose terrain, some quite challenging terrain, flick-flacking back and forth through the bushes and start to make their way up to the top of this climb. And then from there, it's the big, super committing downhills from there.
So this is the first sort of big climb in this section here, and we're going to see him backing it up, having a look, and then firing it up, probably second gear, Chris.
Probably, yeah. So you can see he's kind of looking at trying to find the angles, trying to work out the best place for him to put his bike. Time spent on the setup is always time really well spent, but he's up it in one. Oh my gosh.
This is really, really good riding. Unbelievable riding here from Manuel Littenbichler.
Oh, a little bit of pushing, a little bit of struggling. Just wants to make sure he does not slide back onto that slab. Once that back tire gets onto that slab, it'll be all she wrote.
Yeah. But he cleaned it up there so nice. I mean, he took, what, 3 or 4 seconds at the bottom there to have a look.
It looks like he's a little unsure as to where he's going there. Oh, he's gone the wrong way. So he's going to have to spin it back around and ride down something no one ever intended anybody to ride a motorcycle down.
Definitely not. So he's going to make his way back around again now and come and go through the right section there.
That's a shame. You don't want to see that happening, but...
And a bit of a waste of energy for him too, but just shows... I mean, look at the rock he cleared on the left there. I mean,
yeah.
It's just mind-blowing. So that's better. So here he comes. He's
back on track.
Back on track. Come back down the mountain. Manny, we'll use that line for next year, maybe.
I think part of the problem could be that Manny's probably one of the few people in the world that would look at that and go, oh, I wonder if it's up there.
Yeah.
So in the sport, things like that do happen. Taking the wrong line, taking the wrong slot. It's how you manage those mistakes. It's so important. And he's off the bike and pushing again. A potential downside to going through sort of opening this is Manny is kind of breaking in the track, and I think you'll see lap 2 and 3 being significantly quicker. This is probably the hardest moment for the whole Leatt LIVEmaniacs section, breaking in that track to start off with. Every bike that goes through lays down a bit more of a line, and you'll see the trail, it'll potentially, some sections will get easier, some sections will get blown out and get harder, and it's very hard to predict which way that will go.
And it does give the second riders and third riders a little bit of an advantage to sort of see where he's gone, because they know that he's the master of these climbs, and if they follow those lines, they can slowly try and claw some time back on him.
This will feel quite familiar to Manny. Maybe feels like he's back in Austria at the Erzberg Rodeo. an event that he absolutely dominated as well.
Oh, no better sound than that than the 300 that's on the park, isn't it?
Especially like these tough guys that they can hold that absolute 100% aggression, and they can flick instantly back to incredibly smooth, managing the traction, and they can flick between 10 out of 10 aggression and 1 out of 10 aggression in half a bike length.
Yeah.
You can hear it there, like big aggression in the bottom, big power. Okay, I've got my momentum. Now I need to kill the power, roll through this section, hold my momentum. I don't want to go sideways. And being able to flick through that full spectrum of aggression instinctively is so key to getting the bike through these sections.
And it's all the sort of feedback that he's getting through the bike. He does so many hours of preparation. The feedback he gets, he knows when the back tire is starting to break traction, and those instant cat-like responses, he knows exactly what to do to sort of pull himself back on track. So we have Teodor Kubachiev. Teodor Kubachiev just arrived here at Live Maniacs. So he's second on the road, and he's going to have his 10 minutes break. And for him, be able to get to watch Manuel Littenbichler tackling the section would be key for him, I would say. And Billy Bolt has just arrived as well now. So we've got Teodor Kubachiev and Billy Bolt riding super close together today.
And that's a switch up on the order we expected them to arrive here.
Yeah.
So there's been some racing going on between the last checkpoint and here. We expected Billy to be arriving in front of Teodor, but that's changed around on the track.
Yeah, because Billy went off. He went off third this morning, and Teodor went off fourth. So these guys are battling bars out there a little bit.
Being an Englishman, Billy's probably hunting around for a cup of tea. Teodor's taking his pants off. It's all pretty normal stuff.
So let's go to the martial art clip where we had Paul Bolton digging up some dirt in the course.
Hey everybody, we're here at a Live Maniacs section. We're here at Martial Arts. We're entering over in this section over this direction. The guys are going to get to see some of the obstacles that were a bit dodgy in the past, but hopefully we're going to make some things work this time to get these things in. And then we're going to do 3 laps of this section. So looking forward to it. And yeah, let's go and see what we're up to. I'll give that a try later. I think it's a bit dodgy to go there. Let's blast it. We need something pretty solid here as well. Watch it from the top. Oh, it's mental from the top. You cannot see the landing zone. Oh my God. That's all right. All hands on deck here at Martial Arts. We've had a day and a half only on it. We've done so much work between me and a big crew. And yeah, I'm really happy with the outcome of it. We've got some big scary features, but we've also got some lines that you can actually come round it. Some nice flowy sections, some real big power up hills. And yeah, there's a river over there in the background, and that's going to be slippery. So really excited to see how it works out in the race. We'll see how they get on.
I would say Billy, maybe not so suited to these hot conditions, but he's definitely charging. So Teodor's just pulled off now, and we can see Billy going off quite soon after him.
So pretty cool. We've got very shortly we're going to have 3 of the best hard enduro riders on the world on the camera, on the screen right in front of us.
All in the same shot.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Even if no one else is.
Oh, Manny, did you see how he launched off that rock there? So just flying around there. Those downhill mountain bike skills definitely coming in.
Yeah.
For Manny here.
So Manny's on his 3rd lap. He knows this track now, and he's going to be coming up against guys that are on their 1st lap trying to figure it out. So I think you'll see Manny overtaking Teo and potentially Billy on this last lap. Oh gosh, sorry. I'm not sure if that was on the camera, but Teo nearly cooked Bolt's bridge. He only just connected the front wheel and nearly, sorry.
Yeah, I was lucky.
He probably wasn't scared, but I was scared for it.
Exciting thing, Chris.
the tail lining up that big climb and straight into the correct line. Didn't take the Manny line. And Manny is closing in on Billy.
Billy may let Manny through here just to follow his lines.
That would be the smart move. If he's caught you, he knows where he's going. Tack on the back. Yeah, man.
You go, boy.
So Billy's going to want to lock onto Manny's back wheel and get that toe through here. Easier said than done.
Definitely, especially when you talk about Manuel Littenbichler.
That's the goal. Theo's off in the weeds. Yeah. And that'll be a good advantage for Manny. Easy place to get past him.
There you go. He's just on such a high intensity, Manny. He's riding with so much intensity and just staying that focus. He's sort of in that zone and just wants to keep pushing as hard as he can.
And his ability just to see the line so instinctively, like the setup time, the brake, like what Billy's doing here, right? It's just taking that little second, right? Where am I going? What do I need to do? You don't see Manny doing that anywhere near as much. It's like he instinctively knows what's going on.
Yeah.
And he just holds that flow through the course. Every one of those little stops, they add up over a course of a day, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So this is Manny finishing his last lap, and he is done with the Leatt LIVemaniacs for today. And now he's just got to bring it home to the finish. The day's far from done. There's still plenty of riding to do. But man, they just got a heavy lead and is looking, man, he's looking so tidy, so smooth.
Chris, I don't know if you would agree with me, but I seem to always see that on day one is where, when that lead is established, the leader sort of manages that gap from there all the way through the race.
Definitely. Like it's if you can make yourself a time gap in the early days, it just reduces that pressure, and at the start of every day, the guys are only starting a few minutes apart. If someone catches you, who cares?
Yeah.
If you've got 20 minutes in your pocket, you can sit with them. You can ride so much more conservatively if you can dominate on that first day.
And believe me, they are fast. So that's the drop there where we saw Manny just launching himself off it.
And then they work their way down into another horrific drop. And the guys, I don't think we've caught it on camera yet, but it's that much of a drop. There's a crew there with safety hats, with hard hats on, and a rake, making sure that the landing is maintained. Beautiful.
So we've just seen Mario Roman. He's gone off on his third loop now of the Leatt LIVemaniacs. And so Mario is pretty much going to be alone in this section now, because Tero and Billy almost finished and through, and Mario alone before the others arrived. As we see Billy now, he's finished, he's through, he's off to the finish. A little bit angry about something there. Apologies for any language that you may have heard. We get the first pictures here now of Manny. So this is the finish line. Manny Littenbichler in the finish line. He will be our provisional winner of the day as we wait the other riders to come through. But what a dominant performance from Manny. Absolutely dominant today, Chris.
Yeah, he's definitely laid it down for the guys, and it's a pretty strong sign that yet once again Manny's going to be the man to beat on this Red Bull Romaniacs.
So we are here at the finish line with Manny Littenbichler. Now Manny, I am in no way surprised to have you here with me first today. How does it feel to be one step closer to your 6th Red Bull Romaniacs win?
It's still the first day. I wouldn't say this today, if I'm to be honest, but pretty good start into the week. That's for sure. And it was quite hard. It was a pretty hard day, and everybody was pushing hard all the way long. So really happy to be first. Nobody caught up to me. I saw the guys in the LIVemaniacs section, and maybe I have like a gap around 10 minutes, so that's pretty good. But yeah, it's gonna be a really tight week, I would say.
So Chris, today's been an awesome day, been a lot of action out there. These guys really impressed us on the track. Tomorrow's going to be another day for them.
Absolutely, and like you say, the marathon stage, possibly one of the key stages of this event, and the way the results sheets are looking, the race is on, everything's lined up exactly as a spectator, as a fan, how you'd want it to be lined up. For sure you want to be seeing what's happening tomorrow at Red Bull Romaniacs.
Hello and welcome to Leatt LIVEmaniacs for day 2 of Via Ferrata here in the Brezoi area of the Lotro Valley, an area that we have been to many times in the editions of Red Bull Romaniacs. I'm Craig Stone, and again is with me the legend Chris Birch.
Yeah, thanks. Good to be here again. And I didn't realize that this is called the Via Ferrata. It is the perfect name for it. Yeah. So I thought yesterday was intense. That was like a warm-up for what these guys are doing here. It doesn't look possible.
It does definitely. I mean, you literally stand at the bottom here, and if you look at the vertical meters that they need to gain in the short distance that they have, it's most people. We had some cyclists actually on the cycle lane coming past earlier, wondering what are we doing here? What are you guys doing? Are you going up there? Are you crazy? So let's go down and have a look at that action that we had from yesterday of Offroad Day 1.
It was a scorching day in the Carpathian Mountains as Offroad Day 1 of Red Bull Romaniacs roared to life. At the start line, anticipation was sky high, engines revving, adrenaline pumping. Leading the gold class into the wilderness, Manny Lettenbichler set a relentless pace, holding the front through 121 kilometers of brutal terrain. Behind him, Billy Bolt and Teo Kabachev battled wheel to wheel, a game of cat and mouse all the way to the finish, with Mario Roman never far behind. The course pushed everyone to their limits. Technical rock drops like skydive forced even the best to dismount, costing precious seconds.
Very nice.
This is skydive.
Oh, yeah.
How do you like skydive?
For now, we can ride everything so good.
And in the LIVEmaniacs section, steep quarry climbs and dramatic descents tested focus and flow. Lettenbichler stayed smooth. Bolt and Kabachev pushed hard, and Roman claimed the fastest time in that stage. In silver class, a deceptively easy start gave way to legendary downhills, with Eddie Carlson powering his E-Moto into the top 5 after 137 kilometers. The bronze riders tackled brutal climbs out of Gura Roli Dam, and Adventure Ultimate saw Paul Terrace and Johnny Aubert battling it out on bikes twice the weight of an Enduro. Sam Sunderland led the Adventure Light field with confidence. Day 1 is in the books, but the mountains have plenty more in store. The race is far from over.
So the race times were actually really tight yesterday on day 1, Chris. The guys, everybody pushing hard from the start, seems in all of the classes.
Absolutely. There's some kind of interesting dark horses coming through. Like, good friends with Johnny Albert, and he said, and I'm only coming here to, not take any chances. I can only ride the speed that I have, and he's right behind Paul Terrace.
Right behind him, yeah.
Yeah, he's just sneaky.
But let's go and have a look at what we have in store for day 2 here. We'll have a flyer of day 2 for what the gold class competitors can expect to see. So from the start in Poplaca, they have some nice easy riding over the fields there before they get into the twister, and we're going to see some of the action from that signature section in a few minutes before they go to Happy Birthday and then back down into the valley. This mofo climb is really, really difficult. It's such a short section, but it took them around 17 minutes this morning, which was quite long. Then through the service point here and then into the Leatt LIVEmaniacs. They will do 3 loops of this area, going up the vertical rocks that we were talking about earlier, before heading across down to the finish for the marathon stage of day 2 in Rumika Vulcha.
So today being the marathon stage, that's an extra challenge, right? Like the guys, then they have to make their bike last. They have to work on it themselves. It's not a true marathon stage. Like you're not sleeping in a bivouac. The guys are going to sleep in the city.
Yeah.
But there's no service crews. The bikes are going to be impounded, and it's a real test of managing your bike, managing your tire, and your own ability to get your motorcycle through the most extreme terrain on the planet.
And really look after it. So here, just on the bottom left of your screen there, that's the Via Ferrata ladder. That will just help the riders get up the section because it is almost vertical. It is so steep.
So I walked this section before, and I needed my hands to climb up this. Yeah, it was not hands and knees, but I wasn't comfortable walking up it without using my hands. I think once Manny gets his back tire, onto that rock, there's good traction on that rock. He can now reset and probably roll this next section. Yo.
nicely ridden there.
The exposure and the steepness here is unreal as well, man. If you had any issues, any concerns with heights, this is not the class or the sport for you, eh?
Yeah, for sure. So he just had a look there over his left shoulder to just check where he wants to land the bike. Getting off to make this pivot turn, it just tells you how steep it is.
And he's getting off there. His back tyre was in the absolutely perfect position, and that's what these turns are all about. So he got off then to make sure that his back tyre stayed exactly where he needed it to be. These sort of situations, it's all about where your back tyre is. Obviously, you know, motorcycles are one-wheel drive.
Yes.
That's the wheel that we need to have in the right place.
But this section where he's coming up to now is one of the trickiest for me. It's really, really steep. And yeah, so there we see him making that pivot turn.
Absolutely extreme exposure too. Like maybe the camera doesn't tell the story. This guy's riding up a cliff at the moment. See him rolling back just a touch to get some extra little bit of momentum and get that bike rolling. Again, all about where that back wheel is.
And here he's going to get into the forest again. There are a few switchbacks through here. I would expect to see him to stay on the bike now through the next few pivot turns. Oh, he's off again. Just, wow.
What would you know?
Yeah, what do I know? Exactly.
What's interesting, we're talking about how important it is that the back tyre is in the perfect place the whole time. You haven't seen Manny turn his head and look once. He knows where his back wheel is. He doesn't need to look. He feels it. He knows it. He knows exactly where that bike is on the trail the entire time.
And up he goes over those routes there, well, on the Milwaukee banner. Just using it as a bit of a slippery slide. But he needs to bring it back left here and fire up again to the left-hand side of where he is to get up onto the ridge.
And he's got to get round on top of it. You can't keep pivoting the bike around that and have your body on the downhill side, as otherwise when it comes around you pull the bike down and undo all your hard work.
Yeah, you just don't want that back tire to slip off that little camber and slide down, because that just wastes so much energy.
For me, this is one of the most incredible things with Manny. He's just so efficient. Every movement is deliberate. There's so few mistakes. You know, much like a young Graeme Jarvis.
Yes, exactly. Pretty similar technique, you know, like really calculated and so precise about what they do. Teodor Kovachev was the second rider off the start line this morning, so we should see him pretty shortly to come here to the Leatt LIVemaniacs section to start his first loop, as we see Manny crossing over the cross before he makes his way down the other side.
Mario man on the gas.
So Mario, he passed Teo through the course this morning, so he's second on the track, as we said earlier, on the gas since the start this morning. You see how he just used his left foot there on the foot peg. It's hard to notice sometimes, and maybe we can see it better from our position, but he just pushes his weight onto that foot peg to sort of get the wheel to bounce back onto the trail where he needs it to be.
The two Sherco teammates pretty close to each other, eh?
Yeah, Teodor Kovachev in the waiting area, getting ready to go. Mario's a little bit stuck. And this is a really technical hill climb, because you know, we get a lot of different versions of the climbing here at Red Bull Romaniacs.
And we just saw Billy Bolton there as well. So again, pretty tight gaps between the guys today.
Very, very, very close racing today. I think the weather's played a big part of that. When it's dry conditions, you know, we generally get the closer racing, which is so nice, because it makes it so really exciting.
So we've got Manny on his second lap, Teo on his first lap, Billy on his first lap, and they're all, you know, there's decent time gaps in terms of the event, but actually on the trail, very, very close to each other.
So Teodor now is
bit more CrossFit.
Bit more CrossFit, yeah. And he's at the section where we saw Manny and Mario a little bit earlier, but Billy looks like he's losing touch a little bit here. So here he goes. We can't see it on camera, but Manny's gone for that third lap, and Oh my word, Chris, look at that.
That was supposed to take considerably longer than that, I believe.
Most certainly, most certainly. And I'm just trying to find...
So this ladder, I walked down this. It's so steep, it's scary to walk down.
With a bit of digging and...
Oh, Billy.
Billy. Don't want to be doing that, boy.
Oh, he'll be happy that stopped there. So maybe he's come off the line a bit there and he's off into the bush. A bit of tape there. That might have been a calculated shortcut gone wrong.
Yeah. Or sort of just lifted his eyes to see where he wants to go and then tagged the bush here, because those little bushes there are tough, and if they just catch your foot peg or catch your foot and pull you off balance, you can be off.
It is amazing the beating these motorcycles can take too. Eh?
Yeah.
Like we just watched that cartwheel down a hill, bang the levers back to place, good to go.
Off he goes. And just in terms of the lap times that these guys were doing, so as I said earlier, Manny did 8 minutes and 13 seconds on his first lap. Teo did 10 minutes and 5 seconds. And Mario 9 minutes and 36.
We got something going on here. Teo's been looking down at his bike, pausing. Oh, he's off again now, but he looked like he wasn't happy with something.
Oh, nice riding from Teo, just keeping the bike in as straight as line as possible to get the drive. But what we're seeing here now from our drone is Manny Leatt. He's cleared the Leatt LIVemaniacs loops and he's out. Go Manny, let's go boy! Manny flying past our tent here.
It's our own little sweat box in here.
Yeah.
He's going to spin it round.
You see the front pipe there on Billy's bike is quite blue, so that just shows you how hot the bike's getting. Oh. Is that Mario's trying to make an inside move there on Billy?
That was a big ask, worth a try. So if Mario could sneak up the inside and basically park his bike in front of Billy there, blocking that line, that would have been the overtake. And it's cool to see that that's in Mario's mind, man. He's obviously on a charge. He's not looking just to nurse his way through here. He's trying to make those passes and get through there as fast as he possibly can.
He's on the charge, but that is going to cost him a bit of energy now to get it back onto the line.
But that's going to mess with Billy's head as well. That's good. That rock running down there.
Down.
That's going to get into Billy's head now as well. Someone tries to put a pass on you. That's a wake-up call, and how Billy responds to that will be interesting to see.
For the pass. So, here we go. That's Teo.
So, so Teo's taken that shorter line up the main, on his lap 3, up that big launch up the scree, and he's basically cut the first section of it out, which is what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
And now he's managed to find his way past Michael.
So I think Michael was probably trying to get on that line where we just saw Teo riding, but Teo also will have saved a bit of energy not having to do the Via Ferrata and just firing his bike up that first hill climb under from the Red Bull Arch as he makes his way to complete his last loop. Graeme Jarvis now is in the Leatt LIVemaniacs Via Ferrata.
So he's going to want to try and get as far up this next section in one go. This is a big push. It's a lot of energy burnt trying to push up here. Ooh, that was a little hesitant there.
To do the work for him.
Oh. Hold on to it, Graeme.
So as we watch Graeme just trying to get himself together here, we're going to go across and see a clip of Graeme from his past years.
If I don't win, I'm sure I'm going to still enjoy it, but second's no good to me.
He is probably rightly so regarded as the GOAT, the greatest hard enduro rider of all time. Graeme Jarvis has won almost every big hard enduro event, most of them multiple times. At Red Bull Romaniacs, he is the record holder, celebrating 7 victories in Sibiu. Back in 2000, 2008 he came from nowhere. As novice in hard enduro and participating the first time, Jarvis claims his first Red Bull Romaniacs win. Since then, Graeme Jarvis has fought countless great battles. Calm, deliberate and mercilessly sure-footed, the silent assassin is truly a legend.
So Graeme, undeniably, absolute, the legend of the sport, right? Like, Manny's creaking up in the legend department, but there is undeniably the greatest of all time. But unfortunately, he's not having a great time here at the moment.
Yeah, he's still trying to make his way up that Via Ferrata, but let's not forget that Graeme is 5th overall in the gold class here. Turned 50 years old in April. I mean,
it's incredible. I am genuinely in awe of this guy.
Yeah.
Of course, that he can do it, but also that he still wants to do it. Like,
yes.
Like Graeme's 50, he doesn't owe anyone anything. He's achieved more than anybody can ever achieve in the sport. And here he is still bench pressing a bike over his head in 30-something degree weather on the side of a mountain in Romania.
No, it's amazing.
It's an incredible effort.
So we have another great drone shot here of the overview of the area that we're at here. In your bottom left-hand corner is all the teams of the Gold Riders, their service crews, where they came in to have their sort of decontrol area, to have some time to have something to eat and drink, and get the technicians and the mechanics working on the bikes to prepare them to only see them again, as we said, at the service point tomorrow of day 3. Mitch Brightmore, a few seconds ago, just went past our commentary booth, and so he's on his way to the finish line as well.
I can only tell you how good it must feel to escape this, get out onto a more open trail and start clicking some gears and get some airflow around you, get that body temperature back down again.
As Felix Barker, he's flying up here. So you see where he is there now. That's the first off-camber where they were coming back down off the Via Ferrata.
So he's pulled off a pass there.
No, he's
No?
well, he's gonna.
Oh, he's on his last lap.
Where he is now, he's on his last lap, and where he is now is where they're to come over from the Via Ferrata section. So he's flown up this bit here and made it. He almost skipped 2 back and forth, it looks like. So riding really, really nicely.
So generally, that's bulldogging going wrong.
Yeah, so this is the screed section that we were talking about a bit earlier. Once you're in those rocks, in those shell, there's not a lot that you're going to do to stop the bike and stop the momentum, because the whole hillside sort of starts sliding.
See those rocks flying through each other? They'll be from the rider behind him, just lodging them. That's a potentially dangerous situation. Oh, and he comes flying out of it. So if you want to know how tough this event is, how hard it is in this heat today, you're looking at the current Australian hard enduro champion.
Wow.
This guy is no rookie. That's how tough this Leatt LIVEmaniacs section is today. It's just so physical. It's been a long day, and we're a long way into a long day. But just that determination that these hard enduro guys bring into it, like giving up is just not even an option. It's not even there. And the guys, just their ability just to keep pushing forwards, keep digging, and keep finding another reserve of energy is incredible. The mental strength that it takes as well, like knowing that you can just push yourself so hard and so deep.
So at the finish line today, yet again, we are joined first by Manny Lettenbichler. Now, Manny, this is the first time we've got to talk to you today, so you're going to have to give us all of the gossip of the day. We did have a look at your times, and we can see that the morning, you took it a bit slower, it seems. Was this tactical, or was it just more difficult?
I think the pace in general from everybody was way higher. It was way easier day, and I think I'm a pretty good technical rider, so I couldn't play out my cards as well. But overall, pretty happy with my riding. It was quite fast today. We really had to push hard. Everybody was on fire, and there was no time for any kind of mistake. So Yeah, I'm quite stoked. I'm not sure where we end up, but overall pretty happy to be the first guy in the finish because I started out first.
We've had such tight racing, such close racing with these guys. They're going to have a look tonight, reassess, reevaluate, you know, and come out fighting tomorrow, where we've got a great section for you tomorrow, which is the cliffhanger, another signature section for Leatt LIVEmaniacs. The name kind of says it all.
Sounds terrifying.
So, over and out.
Take off, big rocket, blast off, jet black. Come on and get some. Come on and get some. Come on and get some. Watch me.
Hello and welcome back to Leatt LIVEmaniacs with the legend Chris Birch. I'm Craig Stone and we are in a spectacular, really nice area today here around the Rașinat area. Chris, you had a really nice ride across the mountains today from the Alpine region to get here. How was it?
Yeah, this morning was amazing. Got up and had Martin Freinademetz, the event organizer, as my tour guide. And it's always a stressful thing when you've got someone like Martin leading the way. But yeah, the conditions today are absolutely perfect. Yes, this morning I think the story for me is Billy Bolt. He looks like he was on a charge. It's probably been a while for Manny since he'd looked over his shoulder and saw another competitor. It's been a couple of years, right?
Yeah, it's been, I mean, he's got 5 wins now. And the gap that he had yesterday was 16 minutes. And because Billy's closed him down, so at the moment as the race progresses right now, Billy is 2.5 minutes ahead of Manny. So he's closing down. Hopefully he can just keep pushing hard and make it a little bit more, because we've only got 1 day left, and if Manny's got at least 10 minutes in his pocket, anything can happen, but that is quite a bit.
Absolutely. I think that the huge thing for Billy will be just that mental boost that he's going to get. Like, man, actually, this is on. I can beat this guy.
Yeah.
Off-Road Day 2 took riders deep into the mountains for a brutal 183 kilometers of non-stop signature sections under scorching heat. The day opened with Twister, instantly testing the Gold Class Elite. Out front again was Manny on his KTM, calm, calculated, and unstoppable. He led from start to finish, holding off a hungry chase pack. Behind him, Billy Bolt fought through exhaustion, losing his hydration pack early on, but still pushed hard to take second place, just over 8 minutes back. The battle for third was fierce. Mario Roman edged his Sherco teammate Teo Kabachiev by barely a minute. In the punishing Via Ferrata LIVEmaniacs section, steep climbs and switchbacks forced riders to the limit. LIVeManiacs opened fresh tracks with precision, while Bolt and Roman traded moves on the gnarly switchbacks before Bolt sealed his overall second fastest time. As the Gold Class wrapped up in Râmnicu Valsea for the marathon night, LIVeManiacs retained his overall lead, Bolt moved up to second, and Roman closed the gap. Meanwhile, in the Adventure Ultimate class, Johnny Walker came back swinging after day one setbacks. The Triumph rider dominated the big bike field, clawing back time on leader Pol Terrace. Romanian talent Cristian Tampa grabbed third, sitting just 1 second behind Walker overall. Off-Road Day 2 was an epic day of endurance, precision, and raw determination. And we're only halfway through Romaniacs 2025.
So the riders had a very long day out yesterday. Manny said in the finish a little bit of an easier day, but it was long, so it has taken its toll. Great to see some of the other classes in their big, tight competition. Johnny Walker got a big fight against Pol Terrace. So from the start, where they had the overnight at the bivouac in Râmnicu Vâlcea, they had Mad Day Mom, which was a signature section, a really tough section. We can bring you some footage from there, through the Forgotten Trail, and then on that liaison that Chris was talking about, it's a 52-kilometer liaison that they had to do, which is can feel pretty long. You know, it can. We gave them 2 hours to do that, and then from the liaison, they're going to make their way across here to where we are at the Leatt LIVemaniacs. From the Leatt LIVeManiacs, they've got a fairly short ride. It's going to take them around 25 to 30 minutes to get from this section at Leatt LIVeManiacs into the finish. So the riders will have a much shorter day from this signature section at the Leatt LIVeManiacs to get into the finish, which I think will help them quite a bit.
Definitely. I think mentally this is going to feel like the last hurdle of the day.
Yeah.
And obviously the last day is still a full day of competition, but that feeling of clearing this Leatt LIVeManiacs and just checking the marathon days off, it's going to feel like you're starting to break this event back a bit.
Yeah, so we passed the halfway point, and those that are pushing, like Billy is today, this is where his time is to make his move. But we've also had a bit of drama from yesterday. Do you want to...
Yeah,
let us know what's
unfortunately,
happened?
now we've got to be the bad news bears. We have lost a few of the top guys out of this event. It is a rough, tough sport, and we've lost a couple of guys along the way. Sorry, I made that sound really bad. They are alive. They're just out of the race. Unfortunately, Alfredo Gomez out with a broken hand. I saw him at the DSP at the service point, and he had a very nice splint made up out of some tape and a teaspoon. And the really disappointing one for me, Teo Kabakchev out this morning with a broken wrist. Not in one of the most extreme sections, just in the more sort of in between enduro sections, and hit a cross-angled log with the front wheel too fast, and or not the correct manner. Lost the front end, and unfortunately has broken his wrist. So I hate to see that happen, and just hopefully it can heal up quickly for him. He can be back in time for his next competition, for the next World Championship round. I can hear a motorbike.
Oh, yeah, that's exciting. Come on. So there we go. Manny Littenbichler is the first to arrive. We're expecting Billy. Here comes Billy.
We were expecting Billy, but we weren't expecting Billy this close. Wow.
Oh, Billy looking so fresh. What's just got something on his boot there, so he's just doing the buckle up and off he goes. He's going to chase after Manny here now.
So what we get to see now is the two best hard enduro riders on the planet.
What more can you ask for, really?
Racing around a cliff face, live.
Yeah.
How good is this?
This is incredible. And these guys, such good friends off the track, you know, and but when the helmet goes on, they are full on attack mode.
So the guys are going to have to zigzag a fair bit up this section. It'll be interesting to see if Billy can line up, if you can straight line a section that maybe Manny has to zigzag. That's a really big opportunity to make a pass.
And I've been watching the checkpoint times for these riders up to this point, where Billy started 3 minutes behind Manny and then caught him, so he sort of closed that gap down. But I'm sure in his mind he's been wanting to find any opportunity to get past Manny, because once we get into this Leatt LIVeManiacs, it's a bit of an advantage to be the first rider on the track. You know, you've got the main race line.
Yeah, especially when it is one line. Like if you make a mistake, the guy behind you has to wait.
Yes.
If you're in second and you make a mistake, the guy in front's just pulling away.
He's pulling away.
So.
Oh, Manny's just slipping a bike out there.
Speaking of mistakes.
Yeah. So, I mean, it could be that pressure that we were talking about a bit earlier building up, where Manny knows now he's got Billy on his case, and he needs to try and break away, but Billy's not going to let him. He's got that hook in his backpack, towing that line, pulling him back in.
Definitely, and what Billy's going to want to do here is make sure he keeps Manny inside so he can learn from his mistakes. Obviously, these guys are the best in the world at picking that line, but sometimes there are choices to make, there are decisions to make, and you have to just give it a punt, suck it and see. Manny's going to have to do that work, and he's going to be getting that information for Billy as long as Billy can keep him in sight.
So as they came through the checkpoint here when they started this Leatt LIVeManiacs, Billy is now, for this day 3, 2 minutes and 50 seconds, the overall leader of this day 3, and that's definitely going to help him in the overall, and is going to cut down that lead to Manny. But Billy needs to just push super hard here, try and get ahead of Manny where he can try and break away.
So you can see Manny just kind of having to take a quick moment to look around and figure out where he's actually going. That's something that Billy's not going to have to do as long as he keeps that vision gap as close as it possibly can be.
And the thing is, in these forest sections, so they're not going at super high speeds, but you have mixed light conditions. You see a lot of dark shade and then bright sunlight. So, you know, depending on what lens you're wearing on your goggles, it can make it a little bit difficult to see where exactly you want to be putting your wheels and which line you're going to take.
The goggles are also a big telltale of how hard you're working. Often in these difficult sections, when your heart rate gets up too high, you're getting too hot, you'll see the goggles come off on the back of the helmet.
Yes.
And as a racer chasing someone, if the guy in front of you does that, you're like, whoa, yeah, he's working.
Yeah. We've got quite a nice breeze blowing here now. Sun coming out a bit, but still pretty good conditions here for these guys. As Manny makes his way down, so he's on the downhill. He's probably 10 or 15 seconds away from the checkpoint where he's going to go out again for his second loop. Separated by just seconds, but Billy definitely going to want to try and get ahead of Manny in this section.
And look where the goggles are.
There we go.
That's not a great sign. Come on, Billy.
Come on, Bill. So Manny, he's off now. Manny LIVeManiacs off for his second loop here. Billy hasn't come through yet to the checkpoint, so I'm not quite sure what he's done or what's happened to him on the downhill. Yesterday we saw him having a little fall over and popping the hydration pack, which could have cost him a bit of energy, but here he is now through on for his second loop.
Hopefully Billy can get close enough where he seen some spots where he can maybe shortcut, take out one of those zigzags and make some time or make a pass on Manny.
Yeah, Manny off his bike here, and we have seen in the past that if you can get enough momentum from the bottom, you can actually clear the section in one go. So Billy may be considering that, but you know, there's still one more day to go. You don't want to just risk everything with still one more day in hand. And Billy's got him in his sights again. But you know, with these sections, they can be so close, but you know, it takes a bit of time to get there. Having a look at the times now that these two amazing riders took in the first loop of this Leatt LIVeManiacs. Manuel Littenbichler did his first loop in 4 minutes and 29 seconds, and Billy in 4 minutes and 52. Our estimation here was almost 10 minutes, so these two are absolutely destroying this track.
So Craig, you're great with these numbers. Do you think what we're seeing here is the change of the result for the whole day happening in front of us live?
I would say that could be the case, because Billy lost 20 odd seconds, so he's just come through now on the second loop. We'll know in a few seconds exactly what time he's lost now to Manny, but I think we could see a change in the overall rankings for the day in this section here, where Manny's going to take again the commanding lead.
Unfortunately, we're seeing Billy often pushing up that, what I think is one of the key sections of this Leatt LIVeManiacs track, and that's time and energy disappearing right there.
Oh, Billy clearing nicely, but just giving. So that's where he was there. There's like a gap of almost 1.5 meters. So it's just, you know, it's a little bit too much where you think you can jump across it. So taking the safe approach to sort of get off and push. Billy came into the section 2 minutes 50 on the overall day rankings ahead of Manny LIVeManiacs, but now he's only 2:30, so he's lost 20 seconds in those first loops. When out in these mountains, you know, Manny is just in a league of his own almost.
It looked to me like Billy caught up a bit of time there.
Hopefully he has, yeah.
This is going to be an all-out sprint to the finish from here.
Yeah, so Manny is clear. Manuel Littenbichler is clear of this Leatt LIVeManiacs cliffhanger. He's done his 3 loops.
So we're just waiting to see Billy come in. And what's that time gap, numbers guy?
Let's have a look as they come through the scanning. I see now Billy putting his goggles on. on day one at Leatt LIVEmaniacs, we saw him throwing his goggles out. Oh, he is full on the gas there, Chris. Sorry, I had to cut, but we just had to mention that he's really absolutely on a charge. He knows he's lost that little bit of time. He wants to make it back and get on front.
Absolutely, and now with a more open flowing trail that we have between Leatt LIVEmaniacs and the finish, there's only one way to make that time up. Full gas. Full commitment.
As Marco Wagner comes into picture now, so this is great. Marco Wagner is in the Leatt LIVEmaniacs loop sections. He looks like he's looking quite calm and collected today, and he knows the section from previous editions, and he knows what to expect, and is going to try and go full attack mode. There you go. You see, so he's just firing that bike up, getting nice momentum to clear that section in one go.
See Michael off the bike, pushing and scrumming. Hopefully, hoping that there's traction to drive forward.
Yeah.
He's pushing that back tire into the ground as hard as he possibly can, trying to smear that soft rubber onto the rock and drive that bike forwards. It's incredible the power and torque range of these modern two-stroke enduro bikes. Like you saw yesterday in the LIVEmaniacs section, the bike's wide open, full gas, and now super torque, super low down power, feeling for that traction almost like a trials bike. And that spread of power and torque that we have available to us on these bikes now is incredible.
And Mario Roman is just past us now. So Mario Roman is charging through the track here again. He took his goggles off briefly because he knows that the Leatt LIVEmaniacs is no easy sections, and he just wants to get as much air into his lungs as possible. And generally here, you don't want to ride too much on the other lines where the other riders have been, where the soil has been broken away, because the rocks and the roots, once they're exposed on that thin layer of dirt, are as slippery as ice.
So it'll be interesting to find out how much time Mario spent with Theo this morning with his injury, helping his teammate with his injury. That time will be credited back. So I would not be surprised if Mario is on time-wise actually slotted into third place today.
Yeah, and he just had a look over his shoulder before he lost the back wheel there into that rut. Having a look back because he knows when he comes around again, maybe looking for a different line option to take to help him get through the section a bit faster.
So just trying to find a way to maneuver the bike to where it needs to be.
So the sun coming out here now and beating down on us in this beautiful area of Carpathian Arena Hotel and Spa. As it's heating up again now, these riders are going to be sweating.
It's interesting seeing Mario sitting down there. Like conventionally, you don't sit down on downhills. That's the only reason he's doing that is recovery, right? Try give those legs a little bit of a rest, a moment's respite, and trying to use this section to recharge the energy bar.
And Michael not clearing that section the way he is now, as he did on his first loop, so he will be a little bit upset with himself there, because on his first loop he launched the bike up that section and managed to clear it in one go, and Mario is now right behind him. Mario, so this is what we talked about a bit earlier. When another rider's in your line, you don't have much option. Mario just giving a rev to call out to Marco and say, hey, I'm behind you. Any chance of a take?
I think there's almost a little confusion as to what's the best line to tackle here. These guys look like they're trying to create a new line, a wide line, a bigger zig, a bigger zag. But Mario's maybe going to punch it up the inside of him. No, I thought Mario might go for the overtake there. And this is the key, getting the bike to drive up this rock. So we saw Billy pushing up the line to the right more. These guys have gone out further to the left, traversing across rather than driving up. And that might become the new go-to line as it progresses. There you go. There's Mario's overtake.
So there's the overtake, yeah. So Marco Wagner giving up the line to Mario Roman ahead of him. He knows that Mario's caught him and is doing a higher speed, because even on the lap times we can see Mario's lap time was 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes, which was a little bit quicker than Michael, and Michael can use that to his advantage. And oh my word, that is incredible. What riding from Mario Roman.
There's 10 seconds. Thank you very much.
Yeah, or more. I mean, it took Michael on his first loop quite a bit to get his back wheel over that rock, but that was amazing from Mario Roman.
A really good sportsmanship there from Michael as well, sort of moving aside to let Mario through. And that's a big thing with Red Bull Romaniacs. Like, you're racing the clock as much as anything else, so try to block people and hold them up. That's not really done too much in the sport. It's not really the etiquette, and it makes it a lot friendlier for it. All these guys get on really well. They're all pretty good friends, and I think that's a big part of it.
Let's go across to the finish line with Jesse and have a chat with Manny.
My God, what a spectacular finish today. By seconds, we had Manny reach us first at the finish line. Billy seconds behind, my goodness. What can you tell me about today? You guys must have been so close.
Yeah, all day, basically. And already before the service, we were like battling pretty good. And then after the service, the pace was definitely super high. It was only like 21 Ks or 22 Ks. And he was coming, and I tried to just stay in front, don't get so much dust. But yeah, he was riding really good today. So congrats to him. He definitely deserves to win today.
Now over here, we've got Billy, the winner of the day. Now, obviously, I'm assuming an aim was the podium this year, but how does it feel to win the day?
Yeah, really good. Like I say, I've just kind of followed the same plan all week, really, ride my own pace and just try not to make any big mistakes, because that's what's really ruined any good results in the past. And yeah, so far so good. Like I say, a few small ones, a couple of navigational issues this morning, but caught Manny kind of midway through the morning. It was actually quite a long morning. I was expecting service to come a lot earlier than it did, but yeah, just happy with how I'm riding, how the bike feels, just kind of ticking away, like I said, trying to avoid any big mistakes.
And obviously on day one, you told us that you hadn't done this many hours on the bike in a very long time. Now, how is the physical state doing going into day 4?
So I feel better now than I did this morning, to be honest, but that's all probably going to come crashing down when I get back to the hotel and the cramps and everything sets in. But no, I'm feeling okay. I have felt better, but I've also felt worse at this point of this race. Like I said, I've been in some physical states at this point of the race before. So like I say, I'm happy with how things are working. Made a lot of progress, I feel like, in terms of just how I approach this race. So so far so good.
So Chris, just before we wrap it up here at Leatt LIVEmaniacs at this beautiful location at Carpathian Arena, what can you say about the days? The boys are all pushing super fast.
Another incredibly exciting and challenging day at Red Bull Romaniacs. You know, day 3 is normally moving day when we see big changes in the results, problems starting to come through, and today's been true of that for sure. And it's all lined up for a really exciting showdown tomorrow.
Join us tomorrow, because it's going to be a thrilling fight at the final hill climb of Red Bull Romaniacs, the 22nd edition. So see you tomorrow for the biggest fight yet. Hello and welcome to Leatt LIVEmaniacs for day 4, the final hill climb finish here in Gușterița, Romania. With me is Santiago Freinademetz. Santi, what do you think of this amazing venue, which is quite possibly one of the best finishes and spectacles of any off-road sport?
Yeah, I think it's just amazing. I mean, you can't really compare these sandy hills to anything else in the mountains, in the forests. So I'm just excited to see the riders come in and tackle the LIVEmaniacs here at the Gușterița.
So you can see the sun is out. It's going to be a blisteringly hot day here in Sibiu, Romania. similar to the conditions that we had on day one. And one of the riders that we saw there was Mr. Graeme Jarvis, who's doing an unbelievable job this year. Once again, Santi, he is currently 5th overall as it stands before he comes back here into the finish line. I mean, what can we say about the king of hard enduro?
I mean, the king is the king. He just delivers. It's day 4, and just keeping this pace, keeping the pace with the young guys, as we should say. He's just doing incredible.
Let's go and have a look at the clip of Graeme Jarvis, the king of hard enduro.
Glad to get up that hill there. A bit gnarly, but yeah.
So Graeme Jarvis, 7-time winner of this event, Santi, undeniably the king of Red Bull Romaniacs. For me, his most iconic win was in 2022, where he beat Manny because Manny was coming from 3 consecutive wins, and then Graeme winning that just at 47 years of age at that point. Unbelievable.
It is. It's crazy.
So let's go and have a look at yesterday's action of day 3, where we saw a lot of riders like Graeme Jarvis and Billy Bolt especially putting on a hard charge to try and catch the leading Manuel Littenbichler.
After a night in the marathon bivouac, the riders woke up early for Offroad Day 3 with a new challenge early on. A steep climb known as Mayday Mom. Overnight rain made the conditions perfect. Cooler air, better grip, and just enough moisture to keep the dust down. Billy Bolt came out swinging, charging through the checkpoints with one goal: close the gap on leader Manny Lettenbichler. The two traded blows on the forgotten trail, Bolt briefly taking the lead before Manny snatched it back. They arrived together at the Leatt LIVEmaniacs cliffhanger, Bolt shadowing every move Lettenbichler made, pushing his limits under pressure. Mario Roman held on to third despite a brief stop to help teammate Teo Kabakshiev after a crash. And proving age is just a number, Graeme Jarvis fought through the pack, finishing 6th against riders decades younger. In silver class, Justin Elizondo reclaimed the lead from Eddie Carlson after blistering battles and lightning-fast E-Moto battery changes. In Adventure Ultimate, Johnny Walker crossed the line first today, but Paul Torres still holds the overall lead. Sam Sunderland continues to dominate Adventure Light, showing Dakar-winning endurance on every climb. Today, it all comes down to the legendary Guștărița hill climb. Thousands of fans, daring jumps, and the final push to the Red Bull Romaniacs finishing arch. Get ready. History is about to be written. This is Red Bull Romaniacs.
So yesterday we saw a fast-charging Billy Bolt trying to close that gap to Manuel Littenbichler and putting on a really, really good performance. Let's go and have a look at the flyover of today's course of day 4, where some of the riders like Billy and can try and close in on the overall leaders. So from the start, they're going to go towards the Sibiu Valley, where we have the Sibiu Extreme. This is a really tough section for these guys before going into another one, Frog Valley. Before they're making their way around to the service point where they get to recharge. They'll have 40 minutes there to rehydrate, get some food in, fix the bike before making their way down here towards the final hill climb. Remember, here at the final hill climb in Guștărița, these riders will be doing 3 loops again of this iconic hill climb.
And you gotta imagine, like, these guys have been riding the whole day, more or less, and they're gonna come in here. It's a lot of sun, and it's gonna be really, really warm doing 3 laps.
And after those 3 laps, they were coming under the Red Bull Arch to be finishers of the Red Bull Romaniacs, an iconic event. So this is Manny Lettenbichler.
Manny Lettenbichler just entered, going up the first steep hills on the right side of the final hill climb.
Oh, what a nice jump up there. Getting such good drive before he makes his way back down.
Now he has this section that was quite tough last year with this one wooden board into a kind of off-camber berm.
Let's see him go. So awesome drive up there. Oh, just not cheering it. He should make it out from there. Manny Lettenbichler has been on an absolute mission this morning. He knew the gap from Billy was 13 minutes after yesterday's overall, but you know, that time can be lost on 1 or 2 sections here, and Manny just put his head down and charged from the start and has extended his lead out on the rest of the field.
As you can see, this is a really, really difficult section, so he's getting a little bit of help there from some staff from Red Bull Romaniacs, trying to push it out. You can really see it's super, super dusty, it's super dry, it's really, really warm.
It's really difficult to get such the drive that you need to make it up that ramp to jump up onto the hill. You know, it's almost as slippery as the wet when it's so dusty like this.
It is. It definitely is really, really hard to get up there. You just have to try and get as much drive as you can from the straight part, from the bottom, launch yourself from that piece of wood and try to just go easy on the gas and get as high up as you can.
The next rider that we will see into this arena will be, or should be, Mario Roman. Mario has moved himself up the leaderboard for today into second. He was currently running around 18 minutes behind Manny, so Manny should maybe clear the section, but we're expecting them to take around 10 to 12 minutes to complete one loop here at the final hill climb.
But he's preparing for the jump.
Oh, clearing the big gap jump there nicely. And let's see him now. Let's just take a break here and listen to the sound of this 300 two-stroke motorcycle go up this climb. Awesome, absolutely perfect. Just the sound of that bike, Santi, one of the best sounds in my opinion, in my world ever, is that 300 when it's on the pipe like that.
A 300 two-stroke just gives you the chills, doesn't it? Clearing the wall without him even bouncing off the terrain, just going over it really, really well.
Just pausing to have a look there where he wants to take his line, because you see he had to jump off there and he's looking for his landing spot where he can keep control of the bike, slow himself down and then make his way to the bottom.
Now for this new jump up to a flat spot and then for another small climb.
So here he goes, firing up, and that is an absolute wall he's gone up there. If you're standing at the bottom there, it's an absolute wall. I can't believe how he's just cleared that section.
It looks just like a half pipe, like you think you would go over the head if you look up to that. And clearing that final piece easily. Now he's going into the final up and down before entering the second round of his Live Maniacs.
So here he comes down. So this section is not as steep as the others, and then he's going to make his way to the scanners where they will scan him to go off in for his second loop.
So you can just see him making his way across, and
now that he knows you know, where he had to get pulled up there off that ski jump, I think he's going to try and make sure that he gets as much drive as possible to jump right up high into the little bushes to the right where he will get more traction. Oh, so ghosting it up. That's great. Brilliant.
Up is up, as they would say.
Up is up, and ghost riding is our term where you sort of launch the bike and let it go, because once the bike's up and you can climb up, that makes it so much easier for you. That was really nicely ridden there by Manny. Got so much drive and saved a huge amount of not only time but energy to clear these loops before he comes into the finish arch. So he goes over the gap jump, makes his way around the wall ride before taking on the hill climb for the second time. So there is a rider that's just blocking the line right at the top, but off he goes. He's got so much confidence, Manny. Oh, flying up there, and just, you see,
easily taking the left line.
So much precision.
Firing up the wall and just pushing it perfect, easy for him.
And you can hear the clutch control there as well, because he launches himself up the ramp, and as he's landing, he's full throttle and just letting the bike do the work underneath him.
Yeah, just getting so much drive out of that jump and off the landing, so we can just continue to fire up that hill.
So once Manuel Littenbichler has cleared a section and this last loop here at Leatt LIVEmaniacs, he will be crowned the champion and 6-time winner of Red Bull Romaniacs. That section there also just is nice and cool under the trees to get his breath as he launches himself up here, full speed. Now here we go. Third time for Manny up here. Let's see if he can clear it everything in one go.
Third time's the charm. This time he will stay in the back.
Yeah. Backing it up right to the tape to get as much space as he needs. Let's go, Manny. Oh, nice. So just pretty much like the lap before. Ghost riding. Almost not quite as far as last time, but he's up and over, and then he can make his way around.
Yes, he managed well. He managed really, really well.
I just heard Maxi, our commentator here at the arena, announcing that Billy Bolt has arrived. So Billy been able to pull himself together and recover from that time that he lost at the ghosting up the first wall already. But Billy sort of, recovered a bit, been able to get back past Mario Roman, and as our second gold rider here in the hill climb finish. You see Manny Littenbichler, he's lining up for his third and final one.
And next to him is Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker.
Giving him a follow cam.
So look at this, Johnny Walker and Manuel Littenbichler on the same hill climb.
And Manny again just clearing the hill climb with a rider stuck right in the middle of the difficult section.
So it was almost a little bit touch and go though, because where he was in that rut there, it's so steep that it could have gone wrong. But Manuel Littenbichler, absolute master, and clearing that hill climb for the final time.
And now we can see Billy that is also getting some help of the staff, lining up for the last time to jump up that quarter pipe.
Let's go, Manny.
Lands it again. Having a little bit of a trouble, just having to push it out there.
But the front wheel is up and over, so that's definitely in a much better position to just give that back wheel a little push, and he's going to line himself up here for this last, that's the highest peak of this hill climb arena.
And you can see, it's not easy to do all in one go. He has to line up in it for just getting up there.
And he's barely taken a breath at any stage here on any of these loops. So Manny just checking, I think with someone if he can do the freestyle jump as we welcome Manuel Littenbichler into the finish line. Come on, Manny, let's go. Oh, brilliant, amazing shots here as we welcome our winner for the 22nd edition of Red Bull Romaniacs, Manny Littenbichler.
6 times winning Red Bull Romaniacs.
Absolutely incredible. He's going to put the bike on the stand and celebrate with his team behind him because it's a massive effort from all of these guys.
I'm glad to see him back again on the top. It's such an amazing guy and rider. You can see there Andreas Lettenbiegel congratulating his son.
So 6 times now, Manny Lettenbiegel is the winner of Red Bull Romaniacs.
I am here with Manny Lettenbiegel, 6 times winner of Red Bull Romaniacs. And he's having a little celebration with his team. Manny, how does it feel to win for the 6th time?
Unreal. Just unreal. Look at the crew. They deserve a win exactly as me. I had some doubts at the beginning of the week and I was like, this is going to be such a hard weekend. I wasn't training too much. We were traveling so much, so it means quite a bit. Like 6 wins in a row, the pressure was high. And the pace was insanely high of everybody. Like the sport just progressed so much. Everybody was so on fire, so really happy.
So mentally, obviously, you're ecstatic, but how are you doing physically after day 4?
I actually felt really good today. That's why I think I could really pull up like a good pace. I had definitely like a nice recovery yesterday, a good massage, and we tried to tape up the body as good as possible to get more movement. And yeah, definitely, probably it's gonna kick in an hour when we're gonna be fully dead.
We spoke to Graeme Jarvis yesterday and he said this race keeps getting harder and harder every year. Would you agree?
Yeah, this year was definitely hard. I think the conditions were that good that we could really push hard, and almost every hill got a bit easier because it was so dry, but other than that, the sport is definitely progressing and every year gets harder and harder.
And what did you think of the new obstacles here in Gusturica this year?
I was a bit worried with this one up there because the wooden ramp wasn't too good built, but other than that, it worked out pretty good. Fans were unreal. Like, look at this atmosphere, look at this crowd. It's pretty speechless to finish in such a cool place.
We'll let you get back to celebrating with your team. Thank you so much, Manny, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, and as we have seen, like today in the morning, he was quite exhausted from obviously 3 days of really hard racing. But there you see a little bit of a show.
What a showman Billy is. Nice endo there down the wall ride. Come on, Billy, let's go, boy.
Let's go, final time up on the hill climb.
He's just trying to say, please mind out my way, get the guys out of his way before he goes. Come on, let's go, Billy.
Nice.
Yes, there you go. So you heard him just shut the throttle just for a second to get up the wall ride before he made it up and over the bridge. Billy Bolt just coming back from a string of injuries that have held him back for so many years, you know, where he couldn't fight with the Manny Lettenbieglers or the Graeme Jarvises for the overall titles of these events. And this year coming pretty much, I would say, 90% fit, fully fit, and was able to take the fight to Manuel Lettenbiegler this year.
Yeah, I'm really, really glad to see him back on the bike again, because that's where he belongs.
That's exactly where he belongs. And we're all looking forward to that first win that Billy could take here at Red Bull Romaniacs.
Oh, ghost riding it up. It's going to be a struggle to get up there by foot, I'm telling you.
We saw a few years ago Alfredo Gomez in this section. He was fighting for the podium and lost a huge amount of time because he was in a position where Billy is now, where his bike is up and he's not. So he needs to try and make his way up, but it looks like they've got a rope to Billy. Absolutely, Santi.
Yeah. It's good to have a rope this day because as we saw, as you say, Alfredo had a little bit of a pickle. I don't know how many years ago it was, maybe 3?
Yeah, it was quite a few years ago now, but we saw just out of picture Mario Roman. So Mario is here in the arena, and Mario ghost riding his bike up as well like Billy, but Mario looks like he has chosen to go back down and give it another shot. As we see Billy lining up for what would be the last time to get up and over before he can make his way to the finish.
Yeah.
So Billy Bolt will be second this year at Red Bull Romaniacs. An absolutely awesome achievement.
Yeah, what a performer he's delivered this year.
Yeah, Billy. So Billy Bolt is in the finish and second overall in the gold class. Amazing
Well done,
result
Billy.
from
Well
Billy.
done.
What a fight he had. He took the fight to Manuel Lettenbichler this year.
And you can see him there also celebrating with the team. What a good job Billy did.
He looks absolutely spent, but he'll be so relieved now that it's he's in the finish and it's all over. As Manuel Lettenbichler is right there to congratulate him. These two big friends, big buddies off the racetrack.
How does it feel to not only have podiums, but to have come second?
Yeah, I'm really happy, like, more just with my ride, to be honest. The result is what it is, obviously. Not the position I strive for, but at the same time, it's a big improvement for me at this race. So, step by step, I'll get in there. Yeah, happy with the week. A little bit of a struggle this morning, but I think I did all right, like, pulled it back a little bit this afternoon. But at the end of the day, I don't want, like, this morning to really overshadow the progress and the positive week that we had. So, yeah, like I say, it's been a struggle for me in the past this race, so second means a lot.
But having come second, would you potentially have your sights on that first position next year?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think Manny still had it pretty easy, but not quite as easy as he's had it the last few years. And like I say, I've missed so much of this race in the last 5 years, that this whole week my whole goal was just to get through and rebuild and find my feet again. And there's definitely areas that I need to work on still. There's areas which I was pretty strong and I'm happy with, but there's definitely areas to work on. So improvements can be made, and like I say, hopefully we can push them a little bit harder next year.
And finally, before we let you get back to your family and your team, what did you think of some of our obstacles in the Gusarica loop this year?
Completely unnecessary to end a week, but it's what it is. I don't think he's going to listen to it. We'll be doing it again next year.
I would definitely agree. Well, we'll let you get back to Roxy and the team. Thank you very much.
Marco Volkner is just trying to pull his bike up on that vertical wall where we saw Manny flying up, and Mario just behind him. So Mario climbing up there. Great ride from Mario.
Great ride.
Clearing it nicely as Marco just tries to try and catch his breath before pulling his bike up. Mario has had a bit of a mixed race. He also would have come here for the win. He unfortunately was a little bit ill during the event, which cost him a huge amount of time. He came out absolutely charging on day 2, where he was leading the race, and then got a little bit ill. So it is unfortunate for Mario. Can't wait to see him back and take the fight to the rest of the guys. Mario Romans over the finish line, and Mario will be third. Our third rider as he slides it sideways there, speedway into the finish line. Well done, Mario. Awesome ride there in third place.
So I'm at the very last day, the Off-Road Day 4 finish line with Mario Roman. Now, firstly, Mario, how are you? You haven't been well this week.
Still super sick.
Yeah? But still an incredible result that you've got today. Are you pleased with it?
I was riding super good the whole day due to the circumstances, but in Wolf Next, I chose a stupid line in the rock. Billy passed me and I was 7 minutes stuck.
And can you tell us a little bit more about, like, in what way did you get stuck there?
I mean, when you are battling so hard, it's sometimes difficult, and always the second rider will take advantage because he can learn from the mistake of the rider in front. So, yeah, Billy take advantage, and yeah, third place today and third overall. It's all what I can get this week. I have to be happy.
And some of the riders have been saying that this race gets harder and harder every year. Would you agree?
Yeah, especially the 1 and 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And are we going to see you back here next year, fighting for that top position?
We'll see. Always fighting to get that win.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, and we'll let you get back to your team. It's an incredible ride today. Mario, bless him, has been really ill all week, so he's on absolutely amazing to come in still on that podium. But I know he's had a podium a few times, and he really was fighting for that top spot.
So now we can see Graeme Jarvis. I think it's going to hit it for the first time.
Let's go, Graeme.
Ooh, just a little bit short.
I think if he just managed to get a little bit further, because he was planning to do what we saw Manuel Littenbichler doing, just giving it another clutch and abrupt to get it up a little bit higher, where they can either pull him up or ghost ride his bike.
Every time I see Graeme on the track, he looks like he is destroyed, and I do not know how he manages, but he still rides perfectly. And what's really nice about him, he doesn't rev his bike like any other rider does. He is like, everybody says, the silent assassin. You cannot hear him come from the back, and he's just so technical and so precise. I mean, he's won it how many times?
7 times.
7 times.
7 times winner here, 5 times winner of Erzberg Rodeo, 6 times Red Bull City Sky, 5 times Hell's Gate, and 4 times Roof of Africa. So he is the GOAT, the greatest of all time of extreme enduro.
Yes, sir. He makes the history.
He does, certainly. So finally I can now say Graeme Jarvis is in the arena. He is completed the 22nd edition of Red Bull Romaniacs.
Yes, he has. I wanted to ask you, do you think he's going to jump or not?
I don't think so.
Well, no, you can see it here.
He's the master of those log sections.
And a wheelie for the crowd.
What
Very
a shot
well
there
done.
from Graeme Jarvis. What a privilege it is to have a man of this caliber at the event.
And you can really see he's really happy, and he actually does look quite fresh.
He does, yeah.
Graeme, this year's edition is dedicated to you. We are very grateful that you have done so much for this sport. You just helped developing the whole industry, the whole hard enduro industry. How do you feel?
Yeah, it's great, dedicated to me, but you didn't need to make it so crazy. Yeah, every year crazier, downhills, uphills, but I'm just glad to get to the finish, really happy. Obviously tired with my age, the last day, but I got through it.
It's so good to see you smiling, because we all seen you a bit struggling these days, but always after the struggle you're arriving either at the finish or in the interview area and you're always smiling. So this is super cool. It's unexpected. You have obviously an age, but you're so tough and we are very grateful for everything. Yeah. How was today? How were the challenges today?
Yeah, you know, it was an easier track, but I was tired. But, you know, the second day too, I was just, some points I was ready to give up. But luckily the energy came back. Everybody has their moments.
Well, we're happy you didn't give up. A lot of people are waiting for you for some autograph and photos. So I'll let you go.
See you next year.
So here we have it, Manuel Littenbichler in first, Billy Bolt second, Mario Roman third, Michel Wagner fourth, and Mitch Brightmore in fifth place at the 22nd edition here, the game changer, Red Bull Romaniacs.
Yeah, I got the organizer here, the mastermind behind this awesome race. Martin, this has been a great event. It did not finish yet. What can you tell us so far about the race?
Yeah, I'm very satisfied. It worked out really well. We have been working a lot, and you know, the whole team has been giving all, working almost day and night. The track managers being out there in the dark to make sure that the signs are there, everything is well marked. All the rescue teams leaving at 3-4 o'clock in the morning. So everybody has done really a lot of work, and to make sure that competitors from over 60 nations on the world have a great race, a good experience racing the Carpathian Mountains. This year with 9 classes, it was a lot of work. It was amazing to see the big bikes. So yeah, I'm very happy, very satisfied. I'm really looking forward to the after party.
Thank you, Martin. We have a lot of hidden heroes at Romaniacs. We have so many departments. Can you tell us quick how many people are working for Romaniacs during the race?
Yeah, it's over 600 people working. So the amount of racers matches the amount of people that are working.
Martin, thank you very much and congratulations for this awesome race.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks everybody for coming. All the riders for racing is great, and looking forward to see you in 2026. Yeah.